Oh, that's how you feel?
I feel bad for you. That's what I feel.
Why? You feel bad for me.
Because now I feel bad for myself too. Because I'm not gonna be able to see the Kool Aid man on your ass when you get him tatted.
Well, you're gonna get a 4. I'm not getting a Kool-Aid man.
Come on, baby.
I am. Yeah.
400.
You can start. You can start at 4, and then you can add whatever you want. I don't care. Was good though. You catch a race?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That show's good, huh?
That shit was
Oh wait,
fuck. Hey,
when did you fly in?
I flew in Sunday at 2 a.m.
Oh fuck. What time you land?
I landed at 1:45. We were getting picked up at like 1:55. Got
Oh,
to Stacy's parents like at 2:15
not too bad.
and set
I
my
mean, was
alarm
it?
clock for 5:55 for the race.
Yeah. How you do it? You like sleep? You sleep early? Get
Yeah,
up.
I'm
Oh, you get
tired.
up early
Yes.
though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yesterday I got my yesterday I by 7 I was dead.
Yeah. Crashing the
Yeah,
fuck
by
out,
7
huh?
I crashed. Dog, Portland's not the same anymore.
What you mean?
Uh, I I don't know. Maybe it was different because I had the kids with me, and I was much more cognizant about it. But like everywhere you go, like you can't walk comfortably, not comfortably, but you have to physically get around or go over walking like around people knocking down on the street, homeless people. Like,
Oh, word.
it, yeah, it's just a very like it's much more it's on a bigger scale now than what it was.
That's crazy. I haven't been out
Yeah.
there in like 4 years, so yeah, I wouldn't know. Yo, what up, Eddie? What up? What up, Tony? Yeah, Eric,
Oh shit! Let me get the chat in.
Sykes. What up, Les? Hey, man.
What up, Sykes?
Ferrari, dog.
Rari boys are hurting you. Hey, that you
Sheesh.
love is just it's
Me gusta
hurting
lo
you.
malo, dog. I like shit. Dog, I was watching this race, right? And I'm bugging the fuck out with everything Ferrari's doing. Like when they pull signs, the hard tires on Leclerc. They
I don't know
just
the heart. The heart
oh
just baffles me, Doug. Baffles me. I have no idea what they're thinking. When they pulled signs was controversial. I listened to the back markers. Do you listen to those guys?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They made it like a little bit. His tires would have probably given out, and he probably would have ended the race. So they were just trying to get points as possible. Fine, that's cool. I understand that. But the hard tires, and then shit just
Uh-huh.
doesn't go Leclerc's way when he's in first place, and he just spins out and loses it.
No, like it, well here, right? Max spins out and does 360 and loses one spot, regains the same lap, right? Like
360 and
Ferrari,
wins the race by 8 points by 8 seconds.
yeah, Ferrari with fucking signs. It's like they hate him. They can't get a pit stop right? He loses 2 seconds on that pit stop when they pull him, and
Tinfoil
that's
hat. Do you think they do it on purpose so they could so
nah.
there's not a separation? So there's like
Ferrari's
a
just
little bit of
choking.
separation?
I think Ferrari's just choking
I
straight
think
up.
but I think teams do that. Sometimes they like kind of pin one driver just so there's not a big, there's a gap as rather as an opponent instead of like an opponent. Imagine Checo and Max if they were really close. Red Bull will obviously, I think, will favor Max and kind of get Checo the back seat.
And I probably would agree with you, but Ferrari just does it all the time because they're
See,
idiots.
no, but Red Bull has done it. Red Bull's done it to the spot where Checo's called out and said, "You know what? I don't like it," or "We need to talk over game plan." So, do you think
Yeah,
sometimes? I mean, Ferrari
but
might maybe right now because they're idiots,
look at the points they drop. Right, like Max is like almost 100 points away from fucking Leclerc right now.
and Leclerc was up at one point.
Red Bull has like 80 points on the constructors cup. Right, like this is Ferrari fucking up choking.
Hey,
And
Mercedes
then
is
and then
can't,
Merck's, yeah, and
Mercedes
then Merck
doing
is
well.
back.
I'll
And
take
then
it.
Merck is back. Yeah, it was nice to see though. Like at one point it was Russell, Leclerc, I think it was Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen in Paris.
Hmm.
Like that top six is stupid. And then it was like a
Yeah,
30-second, 40-second drop off from that.
I like that they're interchangeable. Last year was you knew you're 1 and 2. Now you
Yeah.
don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Well, especially now with
Max is
Ferrari.
only like the
I mean, with
solidified
Merc
one.
back, I
Yeah,
fucks with that.
yeah.
Say what you want about fucking Max, but his drive this fucking weekend,
He's
that shit
too
was
good, man.
nasty.
From 10th to first, come on, you can't hate on it. What do you say? Like I don't like him. I don't like him, but things like this is like there you can't knock him.
He was a monster too, dog. He was just like at everybody's heels. I'm telling you, double the fucking spins out and it manages to fucking 360 and keep the same tires and win the race.
When you're good, you're good,
Yeah,
right? I mean, you can't hate on it. Sure, you get a little bit of
I
luck
feel
in
you.
it, but
I hate
it
on
is
it
what it
though,
is.
just
When you're
because
good, you're good. I hate on it because I don't like him.
I hate on it just because I need Ferrari to do something. I need Ferrari to make him feel better. And they can't do that either. Shit.
Yeah,
Logan Joe says, "Can you let Angel know that he helped get back in shape? I lost 21 pounds with 3% muscle mass. Yo, good shit. Good shit."
congrats, man.
Brian
Congrats.
says, "Visca Barça, Visca. Oh no,
Hey,
Visca Galaxy."
hey, Logan, you're giving Angel way too much credit. My man can't even do that for himself. So say you
Hey,
did
dog.
that.
No, man. Dog. Every single motivational coach ends up being a piece of shit. So it's right on. I think it's right on
Never
cue,
mind.
though.
Never
You know what
mind.
I mean? Angel's a piece of shit.
Carry
So it
on.
works
I
out.
messed up.
Oh man. You guys ready for today?
As
Nah.
ready as the Galaxy have been for the last couple games.
Mm.
Oh, I got shit to talk about. I got to talk about.
I mean, we gotta stay relevant. So one of us gotta say we about to win the MLS Cup.
Yeah, I ain't saying all that. I ain't saying all that, but we do got shit to talk about.
La
No, like it's crazy
Berbes-
because we missed Thursday
Mm.
and we're back the fuck up. We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Mm.
I didn't realize when I was doing the cover, I realized we hadn't talked about Brugman at all. This first game.
Yeah, we
Or
did.
not his first game, his first full game. Sorry. We didn't talk about ATL? We didn't talk about ATL, right?
We haven't talked about it too. We didn't talk
Yeah.
about Brugman.
Yeah, you're
I feel
right.
like we talked about that he did a really good showing.
Nah, not on pod.
Yeah, we did. Fumasa, I bet you.
What is his
I'll
first
bet
game?
you.
It was
It wasn't ATL.
It was ATL, wasn't it?
ATL. He
Oh,
came off for 60th minute, and then against Dallas he played his first full 90. He's only played 2 games.
Brugman came out 64th minute, and then he played the full 90. You're right.
What's the game before that?
He wasn't here.
Game before Colorado Rapids.
He didn't play that.
We haven't talked about Brugman.
We have not talked about Brugman.
Probably between us.
It's probably in Discord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably between us.
Probably in Discord where we talked about it. All right, we get going in about 6 minutes here.
Didn't we
Give
change it
Angel
to
gets some
Monday?
time.
It was possible. This was his fucking idea.
Yep, yep. So we're going back to Mondays. Angel's getting his schedule worked around, so we go back to Mondays, which I think works better for us.
Huh?
I think Monday works best for us.
Yeah, I like Monday.
I'm less likely to go out drinking
so
on Monday.
It's more
That too.
fresh. Or Daddy Yankee concert.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about drinking possibilities. I was thinking about.
I mean, Monday
Hey,
night football's
Daddy
gonna be
Yankee
good,
was litty though.
Dog, that
If y'all get a chance to go, y'all have to go, bro. That shows something else, straight up.
so,
And I'm not a big fan of Yankee. I think me and Rudy were on the same boat.
Mm-hmm. No, like that fool just hit me up. Talking about let's go to the concert. I said, fuck it, I'm down.
You saw the prices of this guy. Fuck up, yeah. Those prices are incredible.
Yeah,
I would
actually,
have gone for those prices.
Yeah.
That price convinced me. Those prices would have convinced me by himself. Even though you didn't end up getting those tickets, the prices alone would have convinced me.
Yep. Yeah, right. So I was like, I'm down. Like, whatever, let's go. I completely forgot about the pot too, but I was like, let's go. And we went, and I was just mad chilling. I didn't think it was gonna be that dope, and then I came out impressed.
Logan,
Yeah, it was a good show.
From what I saw, from shout out to Portuguese Hammer, I can confirm that Star Wars Night was way better than Galaxy. FC Dallas' Star Wars Night is top tier. And that's it. I didn't have to see all the stupid ass assets that they do, like the Galaxy, but the assets are pretty sick. I'm not gonna hate on it, but I think the Galaxy just kind of ride on that. Sure, the characters were dope, but that fireworks show, light show that they had,
the fucking drone show, right? It was a drone show.
It was a drone show.
Yeah, that's what they did the image of the Darth Vader helmet and all that.
They
It's
did
funny as
Darth
shit too.
Vader, they did Star Wars. They did Baby Yoda. They did a lot of dope shit.
I was funny because in at halftime, I think they showed a guy with a fucking with like the Jedi drapes and the lightsaber, and I was like, that fool have a lightsaber, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, it's Dallas is weird, and then she's like,
And
is
they
it Star
gave
Wars night?
lightsabers.
Yep, and she's like, is it Star Wars night? And I was like, oh, maybe, and then sure enough, you seen like the whatever FC Dallas branded Star Wars or
I
lightsabers, and I was like, oh shit, like
I can confirm that even season ticket members got lightsabers. I can confirm that.
oh man, we got a lot to talk about today because I want to talk about that whole deal. Did we talk about what's the name's Baxter's article? We didn't talk about Baxter's article, did we? We did. That we did talk about. Yeah.
Mm, Remind me
No.
what was on the article?
No.
Mm-mm.
Galaxy have no.
Danny?
Yeah. No. No. It wasn't Vanny. It was Klein.
The
That we had no.
scouting.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Actually, we did talk about that,
yeah, we
right?
did talk about it. We
Not
did
on
talk about it.
pod though.
Yes, we
You sure?
did.
Where the fuck did we talk about it then?
We did talk about it.
Cause I know I talked about that. Like,
When did that drop? I felt like that just dropped last week.
We're just trying to find. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out where we're at. I'm not sure.
I
I'm not
swear.
sure.
Nah, we had a long discussion on Discord, but it was never on pod.
No,
Yo,
we didn't.
I heard
See, like,
SummerSlam was the shit.
I didn't watch it
This is
because I was watching. I watched stupid ass G.
this is like the third person that told me SummerSlam was legit. It was better than Mania.
But fucking Amanda and fucking
Ooh, Brandon?
fucking Amanda and
Brandon
what's your
Moreno?
name? No, no. Well, who Amanda fight? I forget her name.
Juliana.
Fucked up. Yeah, yo, that fight was well. First of all,
No.
fucking Nunes is fucking a beast, but Homegirl thought she could take a beating, though. Homegirl could take a.
I didn't think it was gonna go decision. Amanda backing up, right hand.
Right.
Wah!
Dog,
That
that southpaw,
punch
like over the
beat
top,
my
just every single time, dog. Like there was one where she fucking like her eyes rolled back, her hands went up, and the whole night I was like, "Is she okay?" And she got back up, and she was fighting again. I was like, "Yo, stop."
I mean, shout out to Amanda. She didn't want to. She like kind of let her be because Amanda wanted the fight to be up top, rightfully
Yeah,
so. But I mean,
there we are.
Juliana could take a punch. Is at the end of it was dope. Amanda was
Fuck
great. The
yeah.
Brandon Moreno fight was fucking amazing.
Dog, I'm gonna take a beating too, man. I don't like the fact that he can take a. He's not gonna have a long career, dog. He gets his ass beat, dog.
I mean, a typical Mexican fighter, you get hit to hit.
Yeah. Did you see his post?
No, he posted something after.
Well, in the ring, like the interview, he called out fuck, the champion right now. Who the Brazilian food?
He has to. That's the mandatory.
The interim.
Figueiredo.
Yeah, Figueiredo didn't want to fight him.
Figueiredo, there you go.
He's a pussy though. He wants that fight in Brazil.
In Brazil. But did you hear what he did though? Did you see what Brendan did? That was mad respects. He called him out and he was like, I have a daughter at home, so I'm gonna set an example for her. He's like, I want to fight you, but there's no ill will. And if I said something to you beforehand, that was offensive, I apologize. And I was like, oh, that was up. Yeah, hell, you know what I mean? He's like, don't get me wrong, I still want to fight you. He's like, I still want to be the champion. He's like, but I don't think we need to go through all the talking shit. And I was like, salute.
I like that.
You don't see enough. Yeah, you don't see enough of that. So I was fucking with that.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Angel.
Wait,
let his shit
go
back.
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not even.
He don't have his headphones on, so when he gets
Figueiredo didn't want to fight him. He there was a clause and he didn't want to fight him. So that's why they fought for the interim. The
interim
guy. And basically the winner had the mandatory was Figueiredo.
That's gonna be good. Angel, Logan Jones.
What's up?
Logan Jones wants to give you a shout out for helping him get back in shape. Progress. He's lost 21 pounds with 3% muscle. With 3% muscle mass.
Hey, hell yeah, let's go. That's what we're talking about over here. That's right. Congratulations. Tell him to post some before and after pics.
Yeah.
Put him
or just get.
Or send it to Angel.
Don't do it. All right, let's get this show kicked off now that everybody's here.
Perfect time.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 Foul supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa.
I'm the
I believe
motherfucking
any
Kune man,
motherfuckers. That single one. Fuck you
Believe him
guys.
now. Believe him now.
I
when he
don't believe a
talks-
single motherfucker.
Believe him now when he talks all that Galaxy shit. I want you to be like, I believe you.
Yeah.
Good evening.
What's up?
What's going on, guys? Yo,
We're back to
here,
our day.
yeah, we're back on Mondays. Hello, Angel. We're figuring this out. We're locked in Mondays now. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't want to do it on Thursdays.
yeah. I was just talking about the how.
No, see, because that's the case, I just go play soccer on Thursdays, and then it works out because I could go train in the mornings on Mondays, so it's perfect.
All right, so
And then go to work.
Go for it, George.
I forgot my question. Damn. Well, I just had a question. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
we're in true Monday form right now.
Yeah.
I just had it. I legit just had it.
That being said, welcome to Straight from the
Glad
Stands.
you're here. Glad you're here. What the fuck else?
We're now live on Mondays once again. Hopefully we can stick to this one a little closer than we have on Thursdays. But we should. Yo, we missed on Thursday though. Like everybody got shit to do. Last week, and that was tight. So I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've seen you guys out there, watching the GOAT. So
I definitely want to hear. But listen, I want to hear. I know you had a family party and then ended up at what's that club in New York?
yeah,
I know you had a good time. I'm trying to hear about
Gonzalez,
that. George,
Gonzalez, yeah.
Gonzalez, yeah. George, I know you're in Portland, so I'm trying to hear about that too. And then we'll give you a quick recap of a really fucking dope show that was the Daddy Yankee show. But yeah, kick it off. How was the family thing? How was Gonzalez?
My family thing or Gonzalez?
I want to hear both.
I mean, all right.
Oh,
No, my family thing was dope. Yeah, it was cool. Was it a Friday night? We took Lisa's mom out to eat for her belated birthday. Some nice little steakhouse over there. Had some expensive ass fucking steak. And my stomach still paying for it. Shit was worth it though. Totally worth it. Let's see what else. And then Saturday was the actual quinceañera. Well, I guess Sweet 16 quinceañera.
Yeah.
COVID fucked shit up, so we couldn't really do the shit on their actual 15th birthday. So we all got together. A bunch of family went over. So party was cool. It wasn't anything like over the top, anything too crazy. It was a good time for sure. But after some of us went out, still we're supposed to just go out and chill. But then. Vegas takes over sometimes, And then you're out there, you're like, you know what? You look at the bottle prices at Gonzalez is like,
you can do this.
I make enough money to afford this shit. Like,
yeah.
let me treat. Let me treat my cousins. Let me treat my womans. Out here have a good time for a few hours. What's 2 hours? And yeah, that's essentially what happened. Yeah, the next day sucked, dog. It took us like 7 hours. Not to get to LA, to get to Riverside.
Ooh.
7 hours.
To get to what?
Right?
Traffic?
7 hours? 7 hours. Traffic was that bad.
Oh my god.
That
See, that's why I can't
bad.
fly. I can drive into Vegas though.
Man.
You motherfuckers can't hear me. To get to what? You cut off when you said to get
To Riverside.
Riverside.
Oh.
Yeah, it took us 7 hours to get here. I was like, I was pissed. I was mad. I hated life. Like, you guys know me. I think you guys know me. I hate driving.
Yeah.
Dog. And then at that traffic, like, man, I was pissed.
Is there a monsoon?
I hate driving to fucking Vegas. I'd rather fly in though.
Yeah. There was like thunderstorms and all that shit too. We just missed the crazy shit, but my cousin still caught some of it on the way over there. Mikey Wilmer, right? Like Mikey was telling me that his kids were they were like bawling, I guess, with how crazy he said he's never driven some shit like that crazy. And even Wilmer's like, yo, look, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was scary. I was scared as fuck. We're not accustomed. Yeah, we're not accustomed to lightning and thunder like that.
Yeah.
It was. I heard it was pretty bad. But no, apart from that, it was dope, man. And it gets me excited now for the actual upcoming Vegas trip. So
yeah, at the end of the month. Let's go.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at, bro. It was a good time though. Good time.
How about you, George? You catch any rain in Portland?
Fuck that. I wish I got some rain. It was 100 degrees day and night.
Hell yeah.
Throughout the whole night. There was an outdoor wedding, no AC. Dog. It was.
Oh, you're damped, huh?
And not even that. I probably, if I were to ever do another away trip, well, definitely won't be Portland, just because dog, it's we've all been there. Now it's hard to even walk the streets without having to step over a bum, having to step over somebody. Like, it's like, sure, we live with it here. We're in LA. It's just bad. I didn't enjoy it at all. It was hot. Probably I was in a bad mood because it was hot. Other than that, the food was dope.
The food is always good over there. You never mind.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you offline about some other shit because I want to hear about some other shit. Well,
The marijuana?
Exactly. We'll talk offline
Oh,
about that.
okay. All right.
And then the final reason why we couldn't have a show that Thursday night, last Thursday, is because me and Masa, our ladies, and Jesse decided to hit up Daddy Yankee concert last minute.
Why?
Bro, so let me tell you, I'm not a big Daddy Yankee fan, right?
Same.
I'm a
What,
fan.
bro?
I'm a fan of his old school
That's
shit,
some
like
hater
all
shit.
of his old school shit.
Nah.
Like ever since like Gasolina and above Despacito and all the remixes he's making right now, like it's not my thing. So I was like super excited to go, but it's Daddy Yankee, you know what I mean? And we got like real cool seats for like $70 or $75, something like that. So like super worth it. And the show itself, fucking amazing. Like my man's could put on a shirt, like show from production to like, him spitting, like the
Everything.
whole nine. Yeah. Oh.
No.
That show was tight. That show was legit tight. I hadn't been in a concert since before the pandemic, so it had been a minute. And yeah, that show was
Nah,
tight.
I recommend 100%. That shit was dope. I'm not a big fan like that either. I think the last shit that I really liked from him was like somewhere where Machucando came out,
Mm.
and everything past that, it's like I wouldn't even bother putting it on, But
Yeah. That.
Hey, chill, we gonna get a copyright strike, dog. You need to back
Hey,
up on
Daddy Yankee, that you?
you should have heard him before we went live, dog. He was singing Bad Bunny. Nah,
Hey, it
but
sounded like him, right? Did it sound like
yeah,
him?
low key.
Yeah.
all right, man.
Nah, but that show was fire though. 100%
That's dope.
recommend.
was.
He's
Yep.
coming back. I recommend it 100%. It's
That show
worth
was
it. I
tight,
want to
bro.
go again. Straight up.
That show was dope. I can't say enough good things about it. That show was a dope ass show. That being said, though, we do have a shitload of things to talk about. We got
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Fuck.
We got we gotta talk about Atlanta. We beat Atlanta 2-0 at home. That's what we were supposed to cover Thursday. We didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Brugman's
Brugman debut.
Brugman debut. So I definitely want to cover that. We have the defeat against Dallas yesterday. I think there's a lot of talking points there. I'm interested to see
2 days ago.
something there. Oh yeah, a couple days ago. Sorry. And then I want to get into this first. Riqui Puig.
Wait, so is it official?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not official.
But it's out there. Like it's it's getting louder and louder type of shit.
It's the point where I think I want to talk about him. You guys don't? You guys would rather not?
Well, we have to talk. We have to talk
We
about
have to talk about him. I think we have
because
it picked up so much.
regardless of if he comes or not, the window closes on the 4th.
Right.
On
Which is why I was
Thursday.
saying is if it's a done deal or not. Yeah.
So it's now or never.
It's the
Right.
final countdown.
Was it BR Sports who tweeted out?
It was
It was
they
BR.
tweeted some shit, but it was an article from I forgot. I linked it to you fools, I think.
But
from
it
someone
was
from
that though,
Spain.
right? That tweet was the one that confirmed a verbal agreement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, right? That's the latest, or that's
Yes.
the last
I
thing that
think
came up and got hot, right?
AS Diarios, I think, from Spain.
The AS Diario?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So let's talk about it, because this is super interesting to me. This is super interesting to me. I like it. Because I like the kid. I like how he plays, but I'm also, I also like Barcelona, like the way they play. So I'm gonna be biased there. So I'm trying to hear what you guys think about possibly getting this 20-odd-year-old kid from Barca into our team this season. What's the thoughts on that?
I'll let you guys go at it because I have some thoughts that might be a little long.
All right, cool. Then I'll keep it shorter because I'll be quite honest. I can't tell you I remember him vividly. I mean, I know he's played a few games here and there for Barca, but Barca have been so whack to watch lately. It's pretty sad, right? I don't really kind of go out of my way to watch a Barcelona game in general. Just if it's on TV, then cool, I'll put it on. Those glory days are kind of long gone where they were fun to watch. Now it's just what Barca are you gonna get? I already deal with Arsenal. Why am I gonna deal with Barca? Same shit to me. So I can't say much in terms of what I actually. I mean, I remember a game or two glimpses of him. I say, hey, that kid looks cool, but in terms of what the prospect is, coming out of the Barcelona academy, the one thing that Barcelona does well is build some young players. They don't necessarily always pan out for the first team, but you see some some good stories of teams that actually players that do well in other clubs. I'd say clubs that are probably at a higher level than the Galaxy. So we're talking about a prospect kid coming out of Barcelona. That's a good gamble, in my opinion. That's a good gamble. Again, I can't really necessarily speak so much so in terms of his talents right now. It would not be doing anyone any justice. But in terms of the thought process there, understanding that we need a center attacking midfielder, at least in my opinion, I still think we do, based on what I saw again recently. It makes sense. It makes sense, and I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I don't want to say I'm excited for it, because I don't want to get excited for any signings anymore. I think learned my lessons quite a bit, right? But in terms
Fucking
of the
sad life.
logic, yeah, well, in terms of the logic behind this one, I get it. Like this makes sense, right? Then that's where I'm at with the signing. It makes sense. Now, how is this going to happen? What does that mean for? Is it
Yeah.
going to be a Zlatan type of signing? Where you get him for the remainder of the season on a TAM deal, or a loan, process with that TAM deal that he's going to be DP next year, and that's the case. And who's on the way out? It raises more questions to me in terms of the long term for the remainder of the team. Does that mean Chicharo's gone? Obviously, now that Jovelic is scoring like crazy. What does this mean for not just obviously for the remainder of this season, but quite frankly, at this point, maybe we start even have to considering what does it mean for our team for next year, because it's not looking good right now.
Well, I think let's focus on Riqui right now where
Yeah,
we're at.
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that whole thing kind of spurs, but that's where I'm at in terms of the player. I get the idea behind it, so I have no problem with the decision if that's the case, if that's who we're going with.
So I am masochist, and I have I mean that's the teams I watch, right? Barca, Arsenal, and Galaxy who I watch. Uh, and Ricky, he's had his fucking go. Like he's had his go, and I think we were talking with Masa. The fact that Javi and Pedri and Ansu Fati and all these kids came up.
Overrated.
Whatever you guys want to say, we could talk about. I'm not going into. I don't give a shit.
No, we're not. I just want to say it. Yeah.
I don't have a thought on that. So like I'm gonna say, but this kid is really nice. I was talking to Masa and I said something that I think he took it literal, but I didn't mean it. Like his style. I know he's a cam, but he's deeper line, right? Like he's actually, you know what? He's Victor Vasquez with a lot younger legs, right? Where he has that touch and he wants to look for the balls the way that Vasquez looks for, but he can also recover when he loses the ball. Like he can get in there and he knows how to throw in a fall. He's a kid, but he throws his body well. Like
Yeah, because he's
I
strong.
like I like him a
Supposed to.
lot. I like him a lot, but I am a little timid on the reasons why he's coming to MLS. Because that's a little scary, man. Like this kid is like to me, I like the way he plays. I like his vision. I like a lot of his game. But at 20, what 21, 22?
22.
Like at that age, like leaving Barcelona first team, right? Because he's been in the first team to go to MLS. I mean, Gio and Jonah leaving Barcelona in the first team, Tottenham, Villarreal, respectively, right? All these other kids left to other teams. And Masa, you brought it up earlier today in Discord when we were chatting about this. Like, the more and more I think about it, like that bugs me out. Because kid is young. There's no
Yeah.
reason, and to me, he's super talented. There's no reason why he's in MLS. Masa or George, what are you guys thinking?
I'll go next just because it's been a while. I heard about Ricky. I seen Ricky play. I do think he's talented, like you said. I think he has everything, right? Like that one needs. I still think for that level, I think he's overrated. I think the the label they gave him as like a next whatever top prospect or whatever, I think he was overrated. I didn't see it, but I think if he does come to MLS, I think he's gonna be above the level, right? I think that he has enough talent to be good here. What I'm not really worried about what you mentioned, like him coming here or it's his only option or whatever, because Barca's in financial situation that fucks them. They need to get rid of players to sign players in. You're gonna say nah, but that's the case, bro. They're trying to
Bro,
get rid of so many players.
not
My
him.
point is,
Like,
he's on the list. He's on the
bro,
list of
yeah,
what
but that's no
they
priority.
want
That's,
gone. Yeah,
okay, I'll
exactly.
let you finish. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish.
So I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like maybe it's just a loan, right, to the end of the season or whatever, and then see where that goes. But I don't think it's a bad move for him as either. Like, there's a lot of players leaving MLS that come at that age that are going back to Europe or are headed towards Europe. They just coming from down south. So maybe he just needs to come here to find his form. Because I mean, there's been players like that. Like, I know Pavon didn't go to Europe, but it was the same situation. He was on the bench. He was around 22, 23. He found his legs here, and now he's earning big money in Brazil, and vice versa. There's other players that example that come to the league, and I think to what you had mentioned earlier in the Discord that maybe it's a sign of where the league is headed.
But not to the league.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time, he hasn't gotten a fair chance to show at Barca. Like, cause there's so many players coming out of there, bro. Like, you're not gonna bench Frankie De Jong. You're not gonna bench Javi came out of nowhere, and fucking Pedri came out of nowhere. You know, it's a tough midfield
Copy.
to break into.
Yep.
So
But
we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not excited about it. Um, it's not who I would have gone for, but I'm not mad at a 22-year-old with that knowledge of La Masia.
with that experience too, like he has Liga experience, right? Like
Yeah,
forget just Masia experience, he has Liga experience.
Champions League experience. I'm not mad at it because that him coming here means that Victor Vasquez is playing less.
Mm-hmm.
It means that Sasha Collection is probably not going to get any minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and Efra's probably not going to get any minutes. At
Hey, with
least
that being
not
said,
in the midfield.
maybe Victor Vasquez had some play. I mean, I don't know how
A
tight
hundred
he
percent,
is. I don't know how
Yeah.
tight he is out there. I
hundred
don't know.
percent.
Again, I haven't read shit about it. I'm going off of but maybe he has something to do with, hey, come over here, come play. You know, maybe he knows his dad or something. Who knows? Like, who knows
TOG,
what it could
TOG
be.
was just talking about this, that he, like, if this is true, like he's probably gonna have played a big part of it because he was in contact with them, or he's the linking contact, because we have no scouting department. So yeah, like it is that. George, what's your thoughts on this before we wrap this up and move into the games?
As a player, I like him just because of the intensity. I think he brings a certain level of speed that we need, especially in a cam role. He's young enough to still do dirty work, so he does play a nice center role as well. I'm afraid to what the not the level but the momentum of the MLS does to a player like that, because you rarely see players with that explosiveness, especially when they start adapting to the MLS. I think they adjust to the game as opposed to being explosives. The ones that stay explosives are the one that shines bright, the
Mm-hmm.
Jovincos that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Though that's what we need. So that's my fear, because not knowing what way he wants to adjust. Would he adjust to the flow, or would he feel that his flow kind of sparks the team up a little bit more? You could get either or. um, I know we're not getting into the how we're gonna get them, because that personally I don't know. I don't understand that.
Well, I could kind of break it down real quick. Um,
Handle.
so he makes like 3.3 million a year.
Okay.
We're only going to get him for half a season, so you probably bring him in on 1.5 TAM
Okay.
for the remainder of the season, and then in the winter, then you figure out if you're going to
Somebody
keep
gotta
him
go.
or who has to go for him to stay or whatever the fucking case may be.
All
Because
right.
from what I read, it was a 3-year deal.
Sheesh. Now, okay. Now to that, Rudy, you touched on this. When you see a deal that's too good to be true, you want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. 20, 21, 22-year old coming out of Barca. You're telling me that to find shape, you're gonna have to come to the US to find that shape. There's not plenty of other teams in Europe that would take a player like this. The Romas, the Juves, the teams where he would get some playing time.
In Netherlands, like teams in Netherlands, teams in Italy, teams in Belgium, like what I mean, like they have the money to pay him. It's a seven, like it's 7.7 is his market value right now, apparently, right? For most clubs in Europe, for a prospect
It's
that young,
doable.
you know what I mean? It's very doable, right? And it's not like a big gamble like it is for the G's, in my opinion. So sorry,
Yeah.
I was just backing you
So
up.
so that's my thing. It's what's the fine print? Why am I getting
Mm-hmm.
this? Why are you giving me this luxury? Why am I getting this favor? Um, I don't think we have strong contacts with Barca other than the Victor Vasquez. I
We
don't ever
do
think that.
though,
Who would
according
that be?
to I was reading, how we had the Sergio Roberto rumors earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, Galaxy and Barca have been back and forth to see what players were available,
Been
because you
chummy.
know how Barca needed players gone or whatever the case may be. They kind of kept in contact to see what was available, and they've been able to build a relationship since that rumor
Okay,
or that attempt. And then the
listen,
Victor Vasquez connection, according to what the articles
yeah,
say. Like I'll link Angel later because
yeah.
I know he's trying to catch up. But
Listen, all that is fair enough, but why do we get that luxury? You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Why us? And also, you come to think, what is a 22-year-old gonna? What are the what shines bright in LA? Why do you come to LA? You know, you're in a make or break age. We
Yeah.
all of us at 22-year-old. You remember our times. You know what attracted
Ye-
us. This man's coming with money. This man's coming. People are gonna know who he is. He's in the city that kind of shines bright. You get lost.
Yo, you
Shit.
got to team up with Douglas Costa? Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Gio found a way
Let's
to.
go.
Gio Dos Santos found a way to shine bright in Tottenham, where it rains all year, and this
Yeah.
motherfucker went off. You mean so? I mean, what are we gonna do to this kid?
Yo,
Listen, I'm being optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. I
yeah.
like the way he plays. I think this is a great move. Um, it brings a certain type of level and tempo to the game that we need, especially with the wingers that we have and the type of play that we want. Um, that we don't have from our cam. But one, I don't know how we do it. Two, why do we get this luxury? And you have to bring up these questions when it comes to that because it's never
Especially
been
because with
done. Like,
RFO. With
yeah,
RFO, like it's the questioning part
Well,
about
and
it. You know what I
that's
mean?
what I wanted. I wanted to support George's statement. Like, listen, we're not the Galaxy of old, right? We're
Yeah.
but like not even playoff Galaxy. You know, we don't have a whole lot of. I mean, sure, we have some bright spots occasionally for some players. Maybe the only player right now that really stands out that's like, hey, this guy's a gem is Dayon, right? Dayon. But what is it like? What's going on here? Like, what's happening? Why am I getting this?
All right.
I don't get it right now either.
and
But let me
and
let me
I
see. Oh, go for it.
wait
Go for it.
to wrap it up. I don't see this as a negative. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we're able to get this player, you get this player.
Yep.
Listen, I take that bet over many bets that we've made as a
Yep.
Galaxy and that have not turned. If this one doesn't turn on, just add it to the list that didn't turn. But this one makes sense. This one
Yep.
makes sense that you know that there's no the only red flag is why us as opposed to
It's a
Douglas
little too
Costa.
good to be true.
Yeah, as
yeah,
opposed to Douglas Costa where we saw the red flags. The red flags were in our face. This one's like, I don't know. But we're in a year in a stage where we need something. And if we're gonna take a possibility on this player, I'll do this any day.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, right? Because the one thing you know, I know we came off a little. I mean, there's still red flags here, I think, but to put this on a positive spin, like how many times have we've like been linked with older players, and we're like, oh, come on, like we gotta
yep.
stop bringing these old players with right?
Agreed.
Like this time we're linked to a young player with a lot of qualities that we need and are lacking in the team right now. Like if this pans out, it's a good
And
gamble.
you
It's a
know,
good
like
gamble.
back to signings or whatever. When there's a rumor or whatever, and people talk like, "Oh, we love this player" or whatever. Like with him, like if you go down the threads and you read, everybody's like, "Why? Why is he leaving? Like he's so talented.
Yeah.
This and that." Like it's like a mind blowing thing to people who've seen him play or pay attention. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm with George. Like I don't see a negative in this signing because we've complained about signing older players, and
Yep.
we've always said like, man, we should go younger. We should go younger. And I mean, this is it right here, bro. Like you
Yep.
can't get younger than this.
Yeah. No, I'm right there. Like
You know what?
so.
At least younger in the positions where the guy's gonna have to fucking run
Mm-hmm.
24/7, right? You can't have a fucking Victor Vasquez or an overweight Chiqui Nugi, trying to run your midfield like that. It's no how. I mean, I get it. Look, it's an MLS. I get it. Absolutely. You talk all that shit you want to put the league, but it's a physical league. It's still a demanding league. There's a
Yep.
lot. You need to have young legs to be able to keep up with a lot of the teams right now, in my opinion. Or
And not
maybe
only
I'm not saying like 20-year-old, but maybe not a fucking 34-year-old. You know?
and, and and again, like not only is it physical, but like the pace of the league is picked up too, right? Like we're notably slow when we have like Vasquez or Chicken Noogie, fucking no Vasquez, Chicken Noogie or Sasha. Like we're noticeably slow compared to like anybody else, right? I mean, And actually, this is a perfect transition. No, let me wrap it up. I think at this point we're all a little worried about like what he actually might bring, but I don't think anybody's upset or not happy at the fact that this is something we're targeting right now. I think for the first time in quite some time, like a potential signing might make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just an available name that somebody played on FIFA 17 with, and we're signing, right? Like it seems a possibly good signing for us. So we'll see where that comes. We'll keep. I mean, we'll definitely know by next week because the window closes on Thursday night. So we'll see then. Let's move on and talk about a new player in the club who had his debut versus Atlanta on last not about a week ago. About a week ago Sunday or 2 weeks ago Sunday, whatever it was. Uh, I want to make it quick because I do want to talk about Dallas, but I think it is an important game. Uh, it's an important game because it's the first time we see Brugman in the lineup, and kind of showed us what we were talking about, the formation, right? So let's start off there. For the game versus ATL versus Atlanta, we started with Bond in the back, Araujo out right, Zabaleta and Williams in the middle, Gasper out left, Reveloson, Delgado, Brugman in the middle, with Costa, Cabral, and Chicharito doing being up front in the forward positions. Let's start off there. We have Araujo, Zabaleta. What what are we thinking here? Right? Well, no, sorry, Zabaleta and Gasper, who were to me again like I think you're muted, Angel.
Sorry. Um, I think Vanny has, in my opinion, probably saw what a lot of us have seen as of late, right? Where Raheem Edwards and Koulibaly have been suspect as fuck defending, right? They seem to be pushing up a lot more than they probably should, right? Without making defending the first priority. Where if you ask me about Zabaleta and about Gaspar, at least from what I've seen from Gasper so far, and obviously I watched Zabaleta with Selecta before. They're not players that are going to be pushing up in the attack. They're defenders are going to defend first, right? And
Yeah.
if they happen to get into a corner and get a header off of a goal, off of a corner kick or a set piece, or one quick sprint from Gasper, he gets in some opportunity. Sure, he's going to take it, but they're not. In my opinion, we're trying to play. My guess, Vanny got tired of Koulibaly and Edwards playing hero ball, trying to be over the top, trying to be, instead of playing their fucking game, trying to be the hero of the fucking game, instead of just being you, just keep playing the way that you were playing before. And that's my guess, because from what I saw from Koulibaly and Raheem, that as of late they've just been really suspect back there. Whether it's pushing up too high or losing, some lazy ass fucking balls, giving away some simple ass passes. And I think some of it might even apply to Araujo too when you think about it. But I think he still gets the pass right now just because we have seen him for a longer period with the team.
Don't we
Yeah,
want that
and
though?
also
Isn't that, hold on, when it comes to Saga, I could see it. But isn't that the reason why we brought Raheem Edwards? Isn't that what we want from him? I understand that we don't want him to play hero ball, but it's a little unfair to say that you're pushing up too much, knowing that we brought in a left winger
But
to
that's the
play
problem,
defensively.
though, that he's been playing hero for the last couple
Uh,
games.
uh, uh,
yeah.
ever since the
The
LAFC
LAFC
game where
game,
he
and
Yeah,
that's why
where
he's
yes,
not a starter
yes.
anymore. At least not now. I'm
well,
pretty sure he's gonna get his starting spot back.
So my
let's back
thing
up.
is,
Let's back. Oh, go for it. Go for it.
my thing is, so that's where the camel broke its back when it came to Vanny,
Well,
for
I think
him
you have to
playing
put a
hero ball with,
message like
huh?
you did with Kolibali,
I don't understand why the message was to Raheem Edwards when he's
But
arguably one of the best player of the first half of
because
the season.
he's
I
playing hero ball for more than just one game. It's not like,
yo,
oh, it was only the LAFC game. It was moving forward, and defensively he recovers well, but he doesn't provide
I don't. But listen,
much defensively.
listen. We have players who go on bad stints, right? Cabral, right? Chicharito,
100%.
like all these players, and the answer to that has not been losing your spot, right? With Williams, I think there's more than that because I don't think. Listen, yes, he might have played hero ball, but he was trying. A lot of times when the rest of the players weren't trying, right? So like, there's I don't believe it's just based on the way he was playing. I think there was more to that.
Probably tired legs, and
Yeah, maybe that. Like there has to be
at
more of that
least
because I
He's
don't
for
not
because
at
gonna
least for
ultimate
at
have
least
that
for
tired
Raheem,
legs.
at least for
because we've seen
Raheem.
again,
I don't
and the only reason
understand
the only reason I bring that up is because we've seen other players like go through slumps, and maybe like more noticeably than Raheem, right? Because Raheem, yeah, he made mistakes. Yeah, he made bad decisions mostly, but he provides something on the field most of the time, even when he was making mistakes. The same shit we could say about everybody else. So again, I don't really necessarily think that the reason he's benched was 100% because his game is his play on the field. But what I wanted to get to, like, and we
it
went
is.
off on a
If it is,
tangent,
there's a lot more to say about Vanny though. If that's the reason because of his play, it's a bad move.
but we don't know that. So I mean, not worth discussing, in my opinion. Well, I brought up Zavaleta and Gasper because again, changes to lineup. Interesting changes to the lineup, right? Zavaleta, I know Logan posted up and made me remember this. The Puig was on yellow card suspension, and I guess Koulibaly's still carrying something, or he likes what Zavaleta's doing better. Although I did hear some comments from Vanny saying that he liked the way Williams and Zavaleta both saw the game pretty close by. So it was what it was. A little surprising, but I'll say this: in this game, Gasper didn't miss a beat.
No.
Against Atlanta, Gasper didn't miss a beat. Like I know when we looked at the lineup, I on Discord I was talking shit because I was like, why is this from a team? And then Zavaleta too, right? Like I didn't understand that.
It's crazy because when we signed Gasper, this version of Gasper is the Gasper that I had seen in Minnesota before everything happened. And I was like, okay, this is a solid pickup. And up until before that game, he's just been like, fuck, dude, like, you really not gonna give me one fucking game like how I remember you playing? And that changed after this game. But yeah, when he was in the starting lineup against Atlanta, I was kind of like, damn, fuck.
Yeah.
We were about to take a fucking L this weekend.
We all said it.
Yeah, 100%.
It was weird, but what it did like seeing was the midfield, right? Like from the lineup. Not the way that I got it on my app or the way that is displaying currently on Who's Soccer, because Who's Soccer is still displaying 4-4-2 like they have been the whole season for some reason, but that was not a 4-4-2. That's that's Brugman, like,
that's a 4-1-2-3, 2-1 or a 4-1-2-3.
Yeah,
4-4, yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's not that. But it was what we had been talking about, right? Whereas like the inverse of a cam, instead of going with a creative mid, we had somebody laying deeper in with Brugman. What do you guys think about this? Because this first half, I tweet this out, like it's probably the best first half I've seen in a long time. Like it was everything, and it was a bunch of things I like. But I'll shut up for a second and let you guys give me your thoughts on that first half versus Atlanta.
It was a lot more than what we've seen, and I think that's what we're rightfully so. That's where we're kind of our measuring stick. But it was entertaining to see because it's not something that I really expected, especially given the lineup that we had. I was surprised. I can't sit on here and lie and say like, hey, I expected them to come out and kind of do well. The passes were a lot more direct. You could see the flow being a lot more instead of just side to side. We'll figure it out, and then if we don't find something, we kick it over. It was a lot more intense, and I think a lot of that has to do with with a semi burst of energy that we got from Costa.
Yeah. Yeah, and man, I know I pointed out Brugman on the title, and I want to talk about him, but like, there's a lot of players who had good games, and there's gonna be one player who's gonna have a conversation about whether he had a good game or not. But before I go into that, the one thing that stood out to me that I really liked was the fact that most times we play the lateral ball or backwards pass when we don't have an option. This game, they use the switching of the field often. When the outlet on the left was closed, they'll swing it back, swing it over across to the right hand side, try to build something from that, or swing it back and forth. I think that gave the team a lot more verticality and pace, right? Because there was anytime Atlanta shifted to one side, they swung the ball over to this side and opened the space that like players like Avral, they look better when they find that space. Players like Douglas Costa, when you get him isolated against a player, you get him some space so he can have the ball and look up. Like, he showed me something. I know we've been talking about, how he's been playing better. I think this is his first game where I really see him like, okay, like, you can make a difference. I know he wasn't in the scoreboard, but he was dangerous. He had intention. He was dangerous, and I liked it. Same thing with Cabral. And let's talk about this, right? Because the one thing we do really well in this game is the fact that we score in the 7th minute.
Yeah.
Fluke goal, bullshit goal, call it what you want to call it. And I don't take nothing up for it. I don't take nothing because the build up to that play.
The build up was really fucking nice. Yeah.
The build up to that play is no, but it's more than that, right? It's Brugman. It's who's the first one that gets to the ball? Who's the one that hit her? Revelason?
Oh
no, Chicha.
No,
I don't remember the header. I remember the flick from Brugman.
Brugman, yeah. So I think Revelason to Cheech, or Revelason it bounces in front, and then that pass with his back turn and that movement, right? The fact that not only the pass that he gives into Chicha the first time, but he continues that run, and when he continues that run, like he pulls the defense with him, giving Douglas Costa that alley pass backwards to Chicha, which he should have scored. We should have finished, but is that play is movement. Is intricate in his moving pieces, not just Chicha running, it's not just somebody that got space. It was, multiple players being involved there. Even Cabral staying alert, right? Bounce ball, hugging the pole, and he got it in. You can't miss from that kind of.
Don't say that.
I know.
Yes, you can.
Don't say that.
You can't miss. You can't miss if he's holding onto a pole. Is what I meant to say. But he gets his goal. 7 minutes in, like we got a goal from Cabral. Again, nothing flashy, nothing like that. But man, you saw it. Like it's those 7 minutes, it was intensity. 7 minutes on their asses. Right? I like the fact that they scored and it kept the same. They were trying to get in there. Angel, you've been pretty quiet about this game. You have your thoughts on the first half? Anything early on?
I did. Fuck, man, stupid Galaxy. You want to be hopeful, right? You want to be excited, like, oh, hey, oh yeah, I see these signs, and you want to do that. But Masa asked me, he texted me, like, what you think of the game, right? What I tell, like, I really don't want to make any assessment yet until I've seen.
He's like,
the
to see
team.
More games.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't care about. I want your specific thoughts on this game, what you've seen in this game.
Yeah, so I did, and Brugman, to me, he looked great. Everything that you said. I mean, I remembered a couple opportunities, specifically one vivid opportunity where they were getting us on the counter. And it definitely was still in the first half because we were defending that side. They were getting us on the counter, and he held his ground. He didn't dive. He didn't, slide. Everything about it, like he just held his ground. He timed the tackle just to reach in with his legs. I don't know I don't know how tall he is, but it looks like he has some. Yeah, looks like he has some. You look like he has some spider legs, bro. Well, most of that is legs. That's what that looks like to me. No torso. Just the timing on that was they were attacking us on our left side, so their right side. So I remember it vividly. I was like, they're about to fuck us. Like in my mind, like, oh, they're about to fuck us, and boom, like that. Just the timing, cold, just cold blooded. Like it's like, acaba el partido. Let's go home, take the ball. Like it was. I was like, damn, like all right. Beautifully timed tackle, right? And things like those are the things that don't get enough credit in soccer, in my opinion, right? Those type of tackles. I mean, everyone talks about, when someone makes a beautiful through ball or the saves or, fucking Rabona, you name it, right? Like some crazy shit, right? Like
Tell me
I get
you're
it,
a defender without telling me you're a defender.
Yeah, well, it's true.
But
it's true though.
That was a beautiful ass play, dog. Like the intelligence.
Defense wins championships.
Oh man,
yeah, and that could have been. Listen, moments, right? How many times have I mentioned the word moments, right? In games, that could have been a moment where if he slips, or if it's a player that we've had before or something else, like that changes the dynamic of the game. I'm not saying can't guarantee that they're gonna score, but the likelihood of a 1-on-1 there with Jonathan Bond, although Jonathan Bond the last couple games he's been on, there's still a higher likelihood, right? So
fuck it, he kills the what if.
Yeah, exactly.
He kills it. Like,
right.
so you don't have to worry about it, right? Because he killed that in that play. And listen, let me inject here just because you said moments, and I want to talk about one moment to me that stuck out immediately, and I was like, we're good. Is the first time they broke away, and Brugman is trying to recover. He wastes no time getting his yellow. He fouled the motherfucker, stopped the play, everybody recovered, and let's go.
Yep.
Man, dog, it wasn't pretty. It was an ugly foul. Like he knew he was gonna get a yellow, but that's exactly what he had to do. Atlanta did not break.
That's the type of player that we've been said on here that we need. Like we don't have up until now, we didn't have a player who has that IQ.
Yep.
You know, like
I think
you got
Williams does.
Yeah, but he's too deep to make those type of dangerous
That's it. Yep.
challenges.
Yep.
yeah.
At least right now. But anyways, back to that's my opinion of him. One thing that I love is he grabbed the ball, he turned, and he picked up his head. Do I go down the middle or do I go out wide? And it wasn't like forever. No, he picked up head and boom, he released. That quick release to me, it's vital if you're trying to play
Yep.
quick soccer. At least in my opinion, right? You can't hold on to it in the box, and you're letting them react. You're letting them adjust. You're letting their defense see where your runners are. They see where the options of the lanes you can cut off, right? All that stuff. He quick. Whether he was rotating the ball side to side, just passing it back. Whatever he had to do was just boom, quick,
Yep.
right? And that
Wait.
to me is big. And that at least in that deep of a role, grab that
Yeah.
ball. If you're that deep, grab that ball, turn, and to get to the attacking half.
Yo, like he
And
had
that
some
was spot on.
he had some missed passes doing that, but every time he had a missed pass, I saw exactly where he wanted to go. I saw how he wanted to release into space. I saw how
The
he wanted to get somebody in
intention.
front. Yeah, and that's gonna
And
come
he
to
doesn't,
games.
and that's the difference. And I didn't want to bring him up, but we've talked about different positions. But Ephra, right, being scared to make that pass. This man is not scared
Nah.
to make
Mhm.
that pass,
I think. Yeah.
and he sets. I feel like he, at least in this game, he set the tempo because he went down, received the ball, turned around, like Angel said, quick pass, and he was like, "We're just gonna fucking play direct because this is what I'm here to do." And
But listen, but
uh-huh.
so give that man a lot of credit, right? But I had this conversation, and I think it was with Manny. Shout out to Manny for my loss. He asked me, "Does that team did that team get the result without Brugman?" Right? And I don't know if they do, but I will say that it wasn't only Brugman for this game, at least
It
first half.
wasn't.
Like,
It
because
wasn't.
again, Gasper surprised the fuck out of me. I think Gasper had a ridiculously dope first half, where like when he was going up and he was causing problems when he was defending, he was on lock, right? Savaleta too. Like I think Savaleta had a really good game. Douglas Costa surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Listen,
Same.
we talk about like we don't Revelason can't create. Revelason showed he could create because Revelason like there was multiple times where he put people on. Cabral Cabral misses his fucking sitter because if he scores that, that man has the best game ever in LA Galaxy in his LA Galaxy.
Not just that, there was one where I can't remember who gave him the ball right in the top of the box.
Yeah,
I guess it'll be his
defensively.
left side attacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he leaves the ball behind
Yeah.
again. Like, bro,
yeah. No,
but point is,
Riqui
whoever that
pinpoint,
was,
pinpoint.
right, whoever that was, and that's kind of relating to what you're saying. Really quick release to the open man, who should probably would have done better, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Again, and I'm not saying he was free of mistakes because obviously he missed sitter and that one specifically who sticks out where he tries to do a turn in top of the box like an idiot, right? Like 100%. But listen, just look at what he's done so far compared to that game, and then we'll talk about the game a couple of days ago. I want to see more of that, right? Because again, the finished product was kind of lame because he's sitting on front of the pole. There's no fucking way you don't tell me Cabral caused all kinds of problems for that Atlanta defense.
He did, but that's never been the issue with him though. And this
Yeah.
game,
It's the final product.
it's the
Nah.
final product because his runs were excellent in this game, bro. He's always open. He's always running into space. He's always leaving the defender dusted when he fucking takes off. The issue is his control, his finishing, his fucking his touch, whatever it is just not there.
So name me what he does do right.
But see,
those
I'll
three
tell you exactly what he does right because I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to get into that. Like especially with because Luis Costa, he can start off right. He doesn't stay there. He moves right. You know what that man does right? He fucking runs right, and when he runs, he pulls one defender and the other has to shift, and that gives a pocket of space for Douglas Costa. That gives a pocket of space for Mark for Mark. That gives a pocket of space for Revelason. That gives a space for anybody else because like no matter how trash he's been, this game was prime example of how like just him running shifts defense and opens up gap of space. Maybe not in front of goal, but like on top of the box. Where right now we have Mark and we have Revelason and we have Cheat dropping in and we have Costa sliding in. We want the ball there, right? And I think he gives us a lot of space there. And I think that's exactly what he did in this game. Many of times. Again, There's one, bro. There's one that he does no service to fucking Revolucion because Revolucion gets the ball top of the box. Chicho makes a run inwards, opens all the space in the left, and he slides it in for Cabral. And on his first touch, he leaves it behind. Right? If he gets that first touch, he opens that up. But that same play, he turned around, swung it back into the top of the box, and that's the one where Revolucion starts it there, and then he runs in, gets the header, and goes second.
Yeah, he the same run he fucks up. He backs to Gasper.
Yep.
And Gasper puts the cross in. Revelison's in the box. Heads it
Again,
over.
it like that's the little different things that I've seen this game that I haven't seen in other games, right? Because the other games, like he does that misstep, and then he has his head down and he just kind of walks away from it, right? Whereas this game, he had the misstep, he was right back in it, realized that he was there, and then there's a play happens from that, right? There's little things like that again, and yes, I am fucking taking what I get, right? Because I'll take this Cabral and hoping for better than what he has been showing us up to this point, right? And again, he scored a fucking goal. Either way, though, like this, like I tweeted this out, and you know, I got a couple of replies about I tweeted that a little too early. No, I still mean it. Like, I think that to me, that first half was probably the best first half I've seen in the longest, and the most complete first half I've seen in a long time. Right, and I know it was only 1-0, but like defensively, creatively, tempo wise, intensity wise, I think for me,
from Cabral.
No, from the team in general, from the LA Galaxy team in general. Okay. Like not one player. Again, I think Brugman makes a big impact, but I think a lot of players around him also put in the same work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's a good collective showing, but I think our sample size to what we're comparing it to, we could have a fundamental half that even if we don't score, and I think we still look good.
But listen, like I'll compare this half to the We Got Sexy Football days. Like that to me was a complete half. I really enjoyed that half. And again, I know I'm the super positive. I see other things. That half to me, football wise, I think was really good because they did a lot of things they don't usually do. Again, but it sucks because it's the cocktease. Second half comes about, and Atlanta come back for it, right? Almada comes in and Joseph comes in. No response from the Galaxy initially, but you see that midfield change, right? Because they went from like a 4-4, whatever the formation was, to something different in the midfield where they just jam packed the midfield. And it changed a little bit. Listen, we got cooked when the legs started going, right? We got cooked when
I think we started getting cooked from the beginning.
You think so? Okay.
People wanted to say that it was Brugman coming off, but we were already getting bombarded before he even came off.
Who was the midfielder that was just turning on these players?
Almada, bro.
Almada.
Bro,
but Almada. Listen, Almada. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You said Almada. That's levels. Yeah, that kid.
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's. I mean, regardless.
Yeah, that kid is nice.
Towards the whole second half, it was just like, when's the goal coming? If you're telling me that you did not expect the goal to come in the second half, I'll show you a liar. We were ready to be let down. Everyone here was ready to be let down for a tie.
It felt like it.
So let me say this: like, I think Almada starts shining once Brugman's out, though, right? Maybe like 5 minutes before that, because you saw his legs giving out him. You saw Gasper's legs giving out on him, like really quick. Like after that comes about, right? Like I think in the second half, that's what happens. And again, like listen, I must sound like an apologetic for these fools, but I kind of understand it because of the intensity they put out, right? And it's Gasper, and it's fucking it's Brugman, who's like, at least to me, it's Zabaleta, who at least to me, like visibly seeing the wear and tear just being there, right? Like the legs are heavy, they're lethargic compared to their intensity in the first half. So maybe I say that not from the jump, but definitely Almada is a game changer. And then you have Jose Martinez, right? Who, if Cabral makes defense shift, Jose Martinez is making motherfuckers shake, right? Like regardless of his current form, is Jose Martinez. You gotta look out for him. It costs troubles. And holy shit, Alvarez and Vasquez coming in the 64th minute, like that was not the answer.
No, it wasn't.
Right? Because we're in shambles. If we want to say we're in shambles before that, like we completely lose the middle of the field when those changes come in.
Why do those changes happen?
I don't know. I listen. My guess, and I don't agree with this, is to slow the game down, to try to hold them possession.
I don't understand.
But when these kids are fucking coming at you the way they were coming at you, you don't want. don't give the ball to Vasquez and try to hold it. He can't handle the pressure of fucking a kid half his age at his heels and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be a problem. Like I didn't get the subs. I I can't even say I understood like the logic behind it, right? Because if you see how we ended up scoring at the end, how we ended up like securing the bag, like it wasn't holding the ball, it was hitting them when they were pressing us, right? It was a counter within some space.
Which is crazy because I didn't talk about it at the beginning, but I said in the last part. Listen, if you Greg Vanny, like I need you to see put out your A version of the A squad that you think you need to have your designated players out there. I get it. I get that Costa hasn't been productive. I get that Cabral hasn't been productive. But you need to have your DPs out there. At this point, fuck it. They need to be out there and figure it out because if they don't produce the season, then that gives you an opportunity to get rid of them somehow. This, at the end of the season, you got to play these motherfuckers, right? Be either that, be impactful, make some. So start them off from the beginning. I want to see Brugman from the get go, right? I want to see something different in the back. I want to see that team from the beginning that I hope you're gonna put out there. He surprised the shit out of me because he did.
Yeah.
He did exactly that. But then guess what? He went back to his Vanny ways.
Yeah, I didn't
And,
like. I
and
didn't
it's
understand the
that shit that you guys are
subs,
talking about. Like I don't get it, man. I don't.
So Brugman, I get it though. Brugman, I get it.
Yeah,
right?
Brugman, I
Okay,
get it.
fair. Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
But to
But
bring
Douglas
in
Costa was like,
Victor,
oh,
to bring in Victor for that, and then Douglas Costa, okay, maybe he was having his best game probably so far for the Galaxy, but I get that too. Like you're not gonna play him a full 80 when you're still trying to get him in
no, but
into fitness. My issue with that sub was why not bring Grand Searing?
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
You
Like
know,
to me, I have an issue with Douglas Costa coming out because all right, this is like his fourth game running 64 minutes, 60 minutes. Like when are we gonna get like the extra 10? Make it 75, make it 80, right? Especially in a game like this one where like when he got chance on the ball, when he had space, he was showing me something. He was moving the team. He was being dangerous.
yeah, he was
Push
cooking
him
there,
out,
but
man. Push him out. Like listen, that game was on Saturday, Sunday, right? Against Atlanta. It was on Sunday.
Yeah.
We didn't play again until Saturday. You have 4 weeks to recover. Take it easy on the practice or something Monday and Tuesday. Do something, but like my man was like, I don't and then yeah, put the cherry on top. It's for effort instead of Grenzier. What?
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
What? Man, George is not lying when he said that who do you think we're gonna get scored? Right? Because I thought we were gonna get scored on.
Especially those last 10 minutes, man. Fuck.
Oh, you can highlight 10 minutes, but like I'm dead ass serious. Like from the moment Vasquez and Efra came in, I don't
Yeah,
recall
when
a good set of possession or creative attack. Right? It was getting the ball out further away from goal as possible because you're getting bombarded nonstop for a whole lot of time. I didn't even look at this, but Atlanta ended up with 12 shots. Right? I don't know how many goals, but like they ended up with 12 shots.
I think they had like one on goal. They didn't really.
They had 21
Uh,
tackles. They had 21 tackles on to our 16, and I guarantee you a lot of those happened in the first half when we were doing the pressing instead of getting pressed on. We got dispossessed 8 times to 5 of them. Like yeah, like that second half kind of swayed this whole game. But I'll tell you this though, like before we scored right at 1-0, and I thought we were gonna come out 1-0. I'm not mad at this because these motherfuckers bent backwards, but they didn't break. And that's something. At least the last 7-8 games, that's something we could say, right? I defended this team and said we weren't leaking goals, and then they went ahead and leaked a shit ton of goals to make sure I was right, make sure I was wrong. You know what I mean? But like, so yeah, I definitely like what I mean. When that bombardment happens, I expect this was to go down a goal, but the fact it didn't, again, it wasn't pretty. But sometimes you just gotta fucking bang one out like that. You know what I mean? Just get it out the way, and I think the defense did that for the most part. Listen, Sabaleta comes out at the 82nd minute, right? And I'm not mad at that one bit. I gotta give him a shout out because you seen that run that he does right before he gets taken out when he cramps up.
yeah,
My
yeah.
man, like he
It's in a
he
good
gave it everything he
tackle.
had. Yeah, he gave it everything he had, and then he went in with everything. Like he was either gonna get the ball or foul him, but he was stopping the plate. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Like that type of play, right? Like again, I'm not mad at that team performance even in the second half. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but I like the fact that they didn't give it up. Right? You could say it's Atlanta. You could say they didn't take the chances or whatever you want to say. The fact is they kept a clean sheet on a second half that they probably shouldn't have kept a clean sheet because they got bombarded. Right? And let's cut this off by fucking 99. By Dijon getting a fucking
Banger.
ball out wide. And I'll be straight up. I didn't think he was gonna score that. I thought he was gonna hold it. You know what I mean? Try to negotiate a corner kick. Try to do
We
something.
don't deserve this man. We do not deserve this man.
The fact that he goes side net to opposing pole from where he shot
Around the
it.
keeper, dog.
Sheesh.
Around the keeper.
This is the
That was
best sub
nasty,
we'll ever
man.
have. This is the best sub we'll ever have off the bench. He's not a starter, but best sub ever.
Man, 2-0, 2-0 where I think we deserved the 1-0, but I'll take the 2-0.
Shit.
And at that point, because we had dropped out of the playoffs, at that point, brought us back up. Barely hanging on 7th, but brought us back up. And again, I said probably the best first half I've seen in a long time. And the second half was super ugly, but I'm not mad at it because we didn't break. Move on. Any last thoughts before we talk about Dallas real quick?
Can we not talk about Dallas real quick?
No, we got to talk about Dallas.
I know. I just don't know if I just don't know if I agree that it was the best half I've seen from the G's. I mean,
That's fair.
It's
it wasn't.
very
I think.
optimistic. It's
Yeah.
debatable. Sorry, it's
I think
debatable.
yeah. I mean, I remember you
Well,
saying the exact same shit for the LAFC game and for the Open Cup. You know,
Can I
so
ask a question? Can I ask a
yeah,
question here? In the first half, was it very clear what they were intending to do?
sure. But so has
Okay,
Pinelli's
but
couple of games.
no.
Listen, that's fine.
Okay,
It is what it is.
to me,
It's
again,
not a big deal. I'm not mad at it.
That was
It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, I think I've heard you say that before, but it's cool. I am mad at that.
listen. I tweeted it because that's how I felt when I was watching. Right, as soon as first happened, I was like, "Yo, that was," because again, it was a lot of little things that I saw that I hadn't seen before from all the players too. It was a team thing, and I liked it. Right, that's how I feel. And again, we could disagree. That's 100%. But I
Well,
like that.
final
half.
thought about after post game is I need to see it again. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
This is not gonna work for me. Like that's why I told Masa and I told you guys at the beginning, before I said what I had to say is I gotta see it again. Maybe whether it's the same lineup or not the same lineup, it's not really what I'm asking. What I want is I need that same type of commitment from everyone in that first half, the same type of intensity from everyone in the first half. And sure, even that second, aguantarse y aguantar los talegazos, because that's gonna happen a lot of times. You can be winning a game and again, bend don't break.
Yep.
So that comes with the territory, especially if you start winning games. There's always gonna be a surge. Just about always. I mean, you have to play the perfect game for that not to be the case. And more often than not, you are not going to play a perfect game. So the likelihood of that happening, and again, bend don't break. But obviously, I left happy. You got to see your team win at home finally, right? I just said I need to see this again. I can't. I'm happy for the night. I get to go home content. My kids were cool, but I got to see this again.
So, actually, Master George, you guys, any last thing before we talk about Dallas?
No, I'm kind of I'm leaning towards it was a good half of soccer, but I think that we haven't really seen a good full half of soccer, so it's easy to say it might be the best half of soccer, which sucks to say that we're getting that almost halfway to the season.
Sure.
So you're seeing the glass half full. I'm seeing it half empty, as usual. We kind of we take these
Yeah.
perspectives. I'm not saying it was a bad half. It was a good half, but to me, it's to say we've seen the best first half of soccer from the Galaxy this season, almost halfway through, is disappointing.
Well, listen. Let me just throw one more thing out there, right? And this is one of the factors for me was the fact that at one point, similar to what we saw in the second half for the Galaxy, like we did not allow Atlanta to get out of their half, right? And every single time we recovered the ball, there was composure and there was movement of the ball. Again, I'm a stand, and I'm always gonna rock with the Galaxy. I'm always gonna see glass full with the Galaxy. But to me, that first half was really really good football, like soccer. Like that was really good soccer, regardless who was playing. Like that was, I like that team. I like the way they proposed the game. I like the way their stature was for that game. In the first half, sorry, not that game. First half, second half. Masa, last thing before we move on to Dallas.
But sorry, one more thing when it comes to that. But to that, we also played against a 12th place team.
It doesn't matter.
You
We
see how
played
they
against
treated us,
San Jose. They were in the bottom, and they still fucked.
and the way Atlanta
I'm
came out in the
saying,
second half.
saying when we hold the standards of we beat a first and place second team so high, and then when we say well, it doesn't matter when we say that to a last place team, we got to keep the same energy. I've
Yeah, we
always said this on
won.
the pod.
So
I've
why?
always said this on the pod. We were so high about beating first and second. Oh, we're great. This and that. But when we hold one half of good soccer to a 12th place team, it's like, oh well, look what else the 12th place team does to us. And to me, that's not fair. To me, it's not fair. We got to call a spade a spade.
I don't know where you're going here.
What are you trying to argue?
Yeah,
Though?
I'm not sure where you're
I'm
going with
not
this.
My
following you.
argument is that one, you guys are so big when it comes to first and second, beating first and second. So when I say okay, but what happens to when we play last place team? Now you
We
guys are
should
using
win,
that same
and we
exactly.
won.
So
Yeah,
when I say when we have the best first half of soccer, and we're almost
but
halfway through the
that's Rudy
season.
saying that shit. I don't give a fuck. I've been on here and said I don't care if we play ugly as long as we get 3 points, and we got 3 points.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm alluding to the comment. I'm talking about the comment. I don't care what you care or not. I'm saying it's the first half of soccer that's been good. To me, it's frustrating that to get to 12th place team
I don't
and
think
there's
it
only
was
one
good.
good half of soccer.
I
And
mean, I
we're
don't think
halfway
it's been
through
the
the season.
best first half
but
I've seen.
listen,
So that's my
like,
argument. That's you're saying what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but so
That's
we'd
my
rather
argument.
not see the whole season.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to see it. My argument is that it's frustrating that it comes to a 12th place team for only one half at halfway through the season.
So let's move on to. I think we're going
Can I
to
say one thing though?
Let's,
I get what George is saying, and obviously I'm in the boat where I'm not on Rudy's side in terms of the optimism, and I got to see this again. The one thing I will say though, I guess, and this is not for Rudy or against Rudy or George or anyone. I'm just saying Atlanta does have talented players. They have a
well,
lot of talented players. They just haven't clicked. I don't know what they have. I guess similar issue to us, right? They have a lot. They have their own personal. They they have their own personal issues internally. They have Atlanta should be better than what they are, just based on the players that they have alone. But that's regardless, right? I just want to throw that out there.
listen, like again, like when Almada comes in and he changes the game, we brought in Efra and Victor Vasquez. Yeah, simple as that. All right, let's move on to Dallas because Dallas is a whole other story. It's a different story that I want to talk about. Right. Let's go with the lineup real quick. It's Bond. Is a repeat of the game versus Atlanta with Bond at goal, Araujo at right, Zavaleta, Williams in the middle, Gasper out left, Travelosa, Brugman, Delgado playing the midfield with Costa, Chicharito, and Cabral being the forwards. Again, we can argue about what the actual formation is or the formation is, but that's the players on the field. Holy fuck. 2 minutes in. Reveloson gets out wide, puts in a decent cross, and it hits Chicharito in the face.
No, for real?
I think he goes for it, like, but have you seen? Did you see that?
No, I remember.
He just kind of flares his head and shit. Just
Yeah,
they
you
got
remember I
popped.
started watching around right after
Oh,
this.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
caught the very
yeah.
last replay, of the goal. So yeah, I had no
So, yeah.
idea.
2 minutes in, 3 minutes in, whatever it was. Like there's a cross in, and he gets up there for it, but like he doesn't header it. Like he puts his head there. You know what I mean? But there was no like, and you see it because when it hits him, he kind of flares up and kind of, you know what I mean? Like he got shot or something. You know what I mean? Headshot.
Yeah.
Like so, whatever. He misses that, but then 7 minutes later, and I'm not talking shit about Zavaleta, right? Because I don't think he necessarily had a horrible game.
I'll talk the
But-
shit to Zavaleta.
That's fine. But that play on their lone goal is really 5 seconds of falling asleep. It's Derek Willem maybe not hollering loud enough to Zavaleta to let him know there's a player running in, and it's maybe Zavaleta not looking over his shoulder to realize there's a player running in.
Could also
that
be
goal is
Bond
super
then, if that's the
simple.
case.
Yeah, maybe hollering. Like again, the point is that Zavaleta didn't react. Right? What the reason is doesn't matter. Zavaleta didn't react fast enough, and it gives the alley behind his back. I know there was people talking shit about Bond in this play. I'm not gonna. He gets beat, but I think he's doing what he needs to do. He's coming out and closing out the angle. Right? He's not coming out for the ball. He's closing the angle down, and Ferreira's touch is nice. Like
was
that
Hada.
first time finish. Oh, Hada? Yeah, sorry, my bad. Hada. It was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, my bad. That's on me. Well, Hada's goal, like it's nice. It's a first time poke within his run. And that's the fucking and that's what changed the game. Right? Now that one, Angel. How many times have I said that?
Hmm.
Not that one, right?
This
Not,
season?
not that not
This
yeah,
season?
this season. The last 5 seasons.
The
It's
last 5 seasons?
man, it sucks. It sucks because I think I'm not saying Dallas didn't play well.
I don't think we played bad either, though.
That's the problem, right? Like that's exactly it, right? Like, listen, I think the first half was boring. Right?
It was very boring.
I think Dallas had the better of it the first 15, 20 minutes. And I think after 20 minutes, it got settled in. Again, like Dallas had chances. I think Bond comes up with 6 saves this game, right? But look at the chances.
Too,
Yeah, some good saves. Yeah, exactly. Some good ass fucking saves.
But look at the angle that he's taking these shots at right now. Right? Like they have not been. There's not been the they left him wide open. And he took a shot, and he has to come in. Right? Like they have been shots from either wide or with people in front of them. People diving in at them, like so not clear shots.
I don't know, man. There's a couple of those that,
Remind
to me, my opinion is, I think Dallas players either get a heavy touch out wide or just a bad decision on finishing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna knock
think so.
Bond for coming out and doing his part. Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I would need my goalie to do, especially if the forward makes a mistake. But some of those, I totally, bro, that if you miss those, we're having problems. You know, because some they should at least have 2 more.
Harsh. I think you're a little harsh.
No, I don't think so.
I agree with
I think
Angel.
it'll
There was at least maybe out of the 6 you're talking about, the goal and 2 others where it's like, how do you miss that?
Tell me, remind me then, because I watched the game and
specifically, but I remember it's like 1v1s, bro. Not even
yes,
in the
100%. Yeah, where at?
1v1s right in the middle.
No, hell no. They're okay.
They're
listen,
not right at the middle. They're slightly
look,
angled. But Rudy's making
what
it
I'm
seem like
saying-
they're against a goalpost with impossible
Nah.
And that's
shots.
Not, that's
Like,
not what I'm
no,
saying.
absolutely not. There's plenty of
What
space
I've been-
for you to go. No.
I did not say that. That's not what I said. And I'm not taking credit away from Bond because Bond is doing that. What I'm saying is like where the shots are coming in from, where the opportunities are coming in from, is from a better angles for him than they have been previously. Like where he's being beat. And I think a lot of credit to that is that midfield, right? Because you're not getting because you're not
bro. Okay, for sure 2 of those are not, no, they're just bad touches from the Dallas players.
Okay. I'm not saying all of them.
Our team was complete. But you Masa literally just said 2-3 in addition to the goal, and that's what we're saying. So why are you disagreeing with us then?
Because it's still listen, you're taking shit. What I'm trying to say is that midfield, our midfield right now, the last couple games, here it is. Of course it is. See, I don't know why they gotta talk shit. If they just agree with me, this score never close out. If you guys just agree with me, this will never happen. You understand that, right? You just gotta agree with me. Just say yes. No, I'm just kidding. You just gotta say yes. There we are. Listen, that midfield is not giving opportunities or not giving the spaces down the middle. Right? Giving so every time they're attacking from outer positions where it's easy, not easier. I'm gonna take that back. Where it gives the advantage of the ankle to Bond. And that's what, and again, go look at the shots. Go look at the shots.
I don't know, man. Again,
that's what I'm saying. Go look at the shots.
The 2 opportunities I'm thinking is straight up we had the angles beat. Like they beat us on the angles. It's just the Dallas players making bad touches or bad decisions out of the slot, out of the runs that they already had. I think and that's that. I didn't even get to see the entire game vividly, but I do remember those specific moments very fucking vividly.
Man, I think you remember the shot, maybe, but again, I'm not gonna argue with it. The team is defending better, or the midfield is clogging some of the spaces up, and the shots where the shots that are taken on Bond, even the ones that are 1-on-1 near the goal, they've been advantage Bond, right? Like one of the ones I'm pretty sure you're talking about, it's out to the right, and Bond comes out and gets big. Right? Like he gets that block. And that's part of giving him the advantage of the angle because it's not straightforward. You get Bond is what, 6'5"? Right?
He's more like 10-2 to me, but
Nah,
whatever.
5'8", like Jesse's artist.
Like that's a big ass body, bro. So if you give him you give him opportunity to cover angle, that man's gonna do what he's doing right now. Amazing. By the way, though, the one block that blew me the fuck away is the one that comes off his fucking off his palm and into the top post.
Yep.
Ooh, off the side of the corner.
Yeah, man. Like that's reaction save right there. Like again, advantage him, but like you have to get there to do that. So that one was nice as fuck. I get ahead of myself. The first half, that goal, I think Chicha's chance and maybe two more meh opportunities. We did, however, see Cheech. Like I'm starting to worry about Cheech,
Don't do.
and not because he's not scoring, is because my man is not composed right now. Right, there was a stark difference between Jovelic and Chicha when they had opportunities. Uh, Chicha on the offside, right? Chicha on the offside, but before he gets called, he takes the touch and just wildly rips at it. Versus Jovelic on the other side, offside, gets a touch and tries to angle it. Right, like the difference between those two things is big for me because that's one striker that thinks he's gonna score every single thing, so he has the time to do it, versus one who just needs a fucking goal. One's a DP, one's coming off the bench. Scary as shit. Second half starts, and I'm going in there because it gets better for us here. We see two changes with Raheem Edwards and Theo Koulibaly coming in for Gasper and Zabaleta. If y'all heard Vanny talk about this today?
No, I did not.
No.
So the whole thing is that both these guys were on yellows, and the intention in the second half is to press them high and press them all the time. He doesn't want to risk having two defenders with yellow cards because that red card throws the game off. Makes sense. That right there, perfect sense. And you see it. Gasper didn't have a bad game this game. I didn't think Gasper, like, he wasn't at the levels he was against ATL, but he wasn't, at the levels we've seen him before. But you see the energy Edwards brings, right? When he comes in?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
I still think he's one of the best team players that we've had all season.
Like,
Even with the
like
game.
his energy changes things up for me because at that point you have Cabral on one side and you have Edwards on the other side who's being a pest. That midfield, bro, like those three guys, like I'm where do we fit Riqui in this point, right? Because I like that trio of.
That's a good problem to have.
That is a good problem to have. We don't have that problem right now.
Yeah.
But I like that trio, right? And I think they hold it down. And Williams does too. I think Williams is key on, at least in that second half, on the distribution for the team, because he was the higher of the two center backs, and he was giving the touches. Man, there was a good 10 minutes there where it was only Galaxy, right? The conclusion of, or in between that, Cheech gets taken down in the box. Jovelic steps up, grabs the ball.
Hell yeah.
We're scoring
And
that, right?
no fight from
No.
Cheech,
As it
which
should
is
be.
crazy.
As it should be. That's
I
fine.
know, but I still can't go over the fact that, damn, it is what it is, though.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at that one bit. But he steps up, and he steps up, and I'm thinking, okay, we're about to get this dub. I know that one ties it, but we're about to get this dub because we're gonna score this pen, right? Oh boy. Now, somebody give me thoughts on the PK. Somebody give me thoughts on PK. Did he do something wrong? Did he give it up? Was the
I
goalkeeper
thought
good?
right when I thought he gave it up, bro. In my
Yeah.
opinion, but I thought he made it so obvious where he was going. Like he didn't even try.
I
In my
mean, yes,
opinion,
you
he
can use
he
that
didn't
to your
even try to
advantage.
fake it.
You can use that to your
Yeah,
advantage, But
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
at the end of the
But
it's not a skill. Listen, coming from someone who rarely misses penalties, you don't have to be skillful to make them. You just have to be able to trick. It is what it is. You play your game, but it was a bad taking PK.
You
Never
think
take a
so?
PK.
I
I,
don't think it was that bad though.
well, obviously, because you have him deep down in you. I mean, fuck. I don't think that I don't think that he should ever start. One on one, he's not a good. He doesn't finish well. Penalties are penalties. I'm not gonna give him shit to this. But you never kick a PK to where a goalie is down here. You kick it very low to the ground hard, or high up where it takes the goalie somewhere to get. Goalies when they move, Rudy, your goalie. Is it going to take you more to get up high or low?
No, actually, where
Well,
it's
I
at,
thought that was
like
I
at the
thought that was
midfield,
No, no,
mid
no, no, no.
at
range.
the
I
Okay,
thought
mid
that was
range.
like mid
that's
range.
where
That's the
that
easiest
Yeah,
one.
mid range is the easiest to get
Yeah,
to.
I
that's the
thought that was
easiest
like
for
mid
sure.
range of a
That's
shot.
exactly what. So that's what I'm getting to. He threw it at a level to where it's the easiest for the goalie to get to. Mid range straight to the side. If
Man,
you take the
Yeah, I
side,
didn't think it was
you
that
get there
great.
quick.
all right.
Me, I didn't think it was that great. Me.
What would you see? But George, you saying it was bad?
I say it was a bad PK, not because of the level of the PK. If you're gonna kick it to that level, it needs to be a rocket
Yeah.
because the
See, like
goalie's not.
I can see the argument. I don't think it's a bad PK though, right? Because like, man, he takes that 10 times scoring that shit 9, dog. Right where he shot it. I think he scores it 9 times out of 10, dog.
I think that he thought he had tricked the goalie into going the other way because he hit it
Cause
so nonchalant too. Like he's just so laid back about it.
it was like in his head is a goal.
Yeah, like I didn't see. I don't know. I guess the cold bloodedness when he was stepping up to that PK. Like I lack a better word, right, or description of that. I just didn't. I don't know. I
If
didn't
you're
see
gonna
it.
hit it mid range, make it kiss the post at least. Make the goalie extend. The goalie blocks it here. I'm rewatching it right now.
Yeah,
The goalie blocks it here. That's not a good taking PK. If you think that's a good taking PK, I don't know what to tell you.
yeah. I
I'm not a
thought.
PK
Yeah, I
ticket, so
agree.
I didn't think it was bad. But I didn't think it was bad.
The goalie needs to extend for that on
But
any
listen,
PK.
listen. Again, I remember it being like here.
And
I
it's up
remember it
there
was.
'cause I'm
I
watching it
remember. I
right now.
remember it was like. I remember. Yeah, that's why I won't argue because I remember being stretched and anything was a back PK.
Yeah,
Regardless,
goalie,
though.
goalie gets out of his face right here.
Oh yeah, then it is a back PK because
Goalie probably could have grabbed it instead
Yeah,
of
it was
popping
here.
it back. Yeah,
It was here.
I
Nobody
think.
went to the
Yeah, and I
goalie.
think he just kind of popped it back like that.
Well, when that happened, man, my first thought is okay. I want to see this, right? Because shit has just been working out for
That's
Jovelic.
crazy.
It had just been working out. Like at least the former run he had been in, like shit has just been working out, and I think that's part of the reason why you see him take that PK like that. And again, like I was convinced too. I thought he
want him.
scored, right?
I want him.
I wasn't.
You
Yeah, me
know
100%.
too.
what I want him to
Absolutely.
do?
Yeah,
Next
I'm not
time,
mad.
grab the ball. You take that PK.
Take that shit again. Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
That's all we
so
need.
again, like again to my point, right? Like I wanted to see what he was about because again, shit had been going good for him, so I wanted to see how he reacts now that you miss a clear chance. That was a PK. Like there's not a clear chance in that, right? No, actually there is.
Hey, chill. Take some skills.
Ask him, bro. Ask him, bro. Ask him, bro. There's clear chances. But my man doesn't listen. I know he didn't score, but I don't like he doesn't give up. Like he was there where he needed to be every time he was called upon. And to me, like my guy showed more composure in and around the box than fucking Cheech did at all this game.
Agreed. 100%.
Now this is fucked up, right? Because
I know.
first
Man,
half
I've been
was
over
shit.
Cheech.
First half was shit, and it was shit in both sides. It was an ugly game. Second half, we're fucking dominant. We get a penalty, and somehow we end up with a donut in the score sheet. We had other opportunities too, and we end up with a donut in the score sheet. Please tell me, like, and George, is that you, right? Because I know you're Vanny out. What did Vanny get wrong in this one?
Nothing. I don't think he got anything wrong. I think
Hey, George.
motherfuckers
Hi,
can
George.
finish.
Hey, George. How are you, George?
Oh shit!
Ask
I don't
Masa
get
now.
it.
Ask Masa now. Ask Masa now.
George, Masa, no, George. What since you're a Vanny hater,
I don't get it.
Since you're a Vanny hater, what Vanny do wrong this one?
I don't see it. I don't see it. He didn't do anything wrong. I even think the subs were
Okay.
there.
All right.
I don't know.
So
I'm
I was like,
looking
what?
back at the subs. I'm looking back at the run of play. I don't see it because you're playing an away match. You're playing an away match. Um, I think the players let him down in this situation. Chicha should have had an easy goal early in the half, and then if we get a tie on the road, we get a tie on the road. Sure, we want to win, um, but we expect FC Dallas to come out there and score at their home and kind of
Yeah.
hold composure. We're the ones that have to go out there and make that game. And the subs that he made those subs to go out there and win, get a W. Raheem Edwards pushes up. Sega Koulibaly is going to push up. We had Cheech and we had Jovelic up top. I can't be mad at the subs. I can't be mad at what the product that he put on the field. Did the team let him down?
At least the intent. Or
Yeah,
what he
the intent
expected
was
for the play. Yeah.
listen. The intent of the players, what we needed, and the players that he had lined up. We needed a fast pace. We needed direct. We needed to get something creative in the second half of the field, and it wasn't there. But I think a lot of that has to do the mentality of the team right now. Cheech shouldn't be missing that sitter. That was a sitter.
Yeah.
And even then, if they tie us up 1-1 in the first half, we still have some type of leeway to play in the second half, and I think we're not good anymore chasing anymore.
And also opens up. They have to open up the game at that point because they don't want to sit back at that point in a 1-1 game and sit back to want to tie at home. No, they're gonna go after that game, try to get the winner. So it opens up the game both ways, right? It lets us be that team that I think Massa thinks more that we are, as opposed to the team that Rudy thinks we were, or at least were early on in the season.
Well, listen, like the 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the second half. Dallas didn't have an answer. Dallas didn't have an answer, right? And the changes were made, like the subs that came in the 45th minute or in the half, were made because of yellow cards, right? Yeah, like it wasn't technical. Like maybe Raheem gives you a different option, but it wasn't like
that
too
is tactical.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
They
that's
didn't have an answer for
tactical.
it. Fine. They didn't have an answer for that though, right? Like those things, 20, 25 minutes of that second half, Dallas had no answer whatsoever.
Yeah.
Dominant first 20. I said for dominant half, and there was I had conversation fine, I'll concede. Dominant 20, 25 minutes of the first half or second half, but it ends up with nothing, right? And I asked you, George. I asked you about Vanny. Just, I mean, a little giving you shit just because that's what we do. But also,
Fair.
like, I didn't think Vanny did as I didn't think he's at fault this time, right?
No.
I backed him up before, and I don't think it was at fault this time.
I don't think so either. I'm a hater of him. I don't like his coaching strategy because it fuck us up. But I think this is a complete flip of the Atlanta game. The Atlanta game, we get a goal and we settle in and we do well, and then we expect them to score in the second half. I don't see how any Dallas fan could look at the last 30 minutes of the game and say we're not about to get scored on.
Yeah, and they somehow did, man. And man,
But Angel, it's a game of what? A game of what?
Moments.
One moment.
What happens in this game?
moment.
We can't take advantage of it, but still, it's Vanny out. Get him off my squad.
Listen, and the worst part about it is listen, how does this not affect them right now mentally? Right? I don't care. Like, I think I think we talked about how they have mental issues already. That they're mentally weak. How does this not get them worse? Right? A game where like even the game itself led to you having the chances to go out and get a draw, a victory. I mean, you get a fucking penalty, and you come out with nothing.
Who's the Galaxy's motivational speaker right now?
Angel.
No. On the field and in the locker room, who's their go-to guy right now?
It can't be Cheech.
I don't
Like
think
straight
it's
up, it's
either.
Dayon, but I don't
think it's
know
Jovelic either.
yeah. But I was gonna tell you, I don't see him at
He doesn't care that much.
Derek Williams, but I don't see it, man. Like I don't. I get that everybody's sawing him hard, but I don't get it with him right
Maybe
now.
the veteran status, but that's my thing right now. Right now, that's what you look at when you're mentally weak. I don't think Vanny does it for the players. I think Cheech could talk the talk as long, but he's not walking the walk. So players could look at him and be like, "What's happening there too?" I mean,
do something.
help
Go do something.
help yourself out first. Don't be telling me what to do if you can't do it. I mean, Dayon's young too. Do you think and Cabral and Grandier? There's a speech. You say what you got to say. There's still
They're
speech involved there.
Frenchies.
Yeah, they're French. I mean,
served.
who do we look to right now? Victor Vasquez?
Brugman.
But see, that's the point, though. But that's the point. Yeah.
Listen, Brugman can't tell somebody wake the fuck up when he's been here for 2 weeks, right? Like he's not gonna do that.
But this is not. This game wasn't about waking the fuck up. This game was about not being able to finish, because everything else was there. We created chances. Dallas was low block as fuck, bro. Their strikers were defending on top of their 18-yard box,
but
we still created chances.
But that was caused by the Galaxy, right? That was, I mean, George said it best. That was a prime example of what happened to us second half against Atlanta, right? Where like the Galaxy were put him on their ass. They just couldn't finish. Here, let me throw a question here. When we lose to when we lose to Dallas, when we lose to Houston, when we lose to Minnesota 4 or 5 or a couple months back or whatever that was, it was an embarrassment, right? Like, so the motivation was like, yo, we can't go out and get our ass whooped like that. We got to do better. We got to do better home. Whatever. There was motivation there. Is there more? Is there less motivation knowing that you didn't necessarily, the team didn't look like shit. You guys all didn't look like shit. We just couldn't finish. Is there more or less motivation going into to the Sporting KC game than it was after those big defeats versus Dallas, Houston, and Minnesota?
There's less motivation the more you go into the season, in my opinion, especially if you continue to not produce any wins.
Well, I don't know. Like to me, if I was playing that game and my team just went out, we could have scored.
Oh my fucking god, that's twice in the show. Y'all wild today. Who's fucking with my internet?
I have
Who's fucking with
something
my
for that.
Discord? What's going on?
Whenever-
I
Hey,
don't know
George,
what's
fix
fucking
his
doing
shit,
this
bro.
I don't know why it doesn't like me. Twice today? And y'all weren't even talking shit to me. You know,
Nah.
that wasn't
Nah,
even.
we
So Masa was saying that. Sorry, go say it before I get.
So like if I was playing in that game and we had a game like that, and I felt like okay, we could have won that game, we just couldn't finish. Then we just move on to the next game. To me,
Yeah.
it's not like
Mhm.
oh fuck, I'm gonna fucking stress over this fucking game.
See, but let me tell you what the
Well,
difference is.
But we need players that stress out over games to produce better. I think that more lenient of a we'll get them next time is a too passive mindset, and that's not what we need, especially if we want to change things. That
Well,
passive,
that
the passive of like maybe next time.
change.
'Cause we've started saying that already. We've said what we produce, the goals will come. The goals will come. We said that a lot at the beginning of the season because we were producing shots. We had 20 shots and 12 of them on target. We just couldn't score. So we've been saying that from the beginning of the season, and now we're almost halfway. We're halfway through the season. And to continue to say that on top of the fact that we're out of a playoff position and we see a lot more of these games or a lot more of a what are we doing games, it's hard. It's going to get harder and harder to say, well, we'll get them next time because next time is a make or break game and you need to win those games. We can't be as passive anymore. We were saying that the first couple games of the season, which rightfully so, there was a lot of season left. I'm not saying that the season's over and by any means. I still think we make playoffs, but
Oh
to
shit.
have that we'll get them next time
Hmm.
mindset is going to get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And then
Yeah.
sooner or later you're going to have that let's wake up and we need wins mindset. How many times have we not gone into the last 3-4 games of the season and people have said this is a must-win game?
Houston again at the end of the
Well,
season.
And that's what
Listen,
happens when we have these passive next game mindsets.
Yep.
so
These games need to be start winning. Let's start producing now. Let's start
yeah,
showing
but
them intensity now. So in the last 3 games, they're not we're not in a make or break situation.
bro, like it's a situation like everything you said, but as easy as like, yo, we win this shit. We're like, if they would have won on Saturday, they were up to like the fourth.
but
With
you went
against
into. I mean, I'm not saying the
But
players
we
have this
didn't.
mentality, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you guys think we're gonna win this weekend? This past
I
weekend?
did. I
No.
always do though. I always do.
I personally said after the game before Atlanta, we're not winning for the until the month of September.
Listen, what I was trying to get at wasn't the fact that like whether we thought they were gonna win or not. I'm talking about like George saying it's hard motivation like towards the end of the season. I'm saying like, yo, like how you not motivated to know that if you win, you know what I mean? Like there's I don't
But they were,
understand this shit, man.
but they were showing that they were motivated. It's not like they sat back
That's
and
true.
gave
That's true.
up.
That's true.
It's just they
That's true.
couldn't finish. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Well,
there's no like, oh fuck, how do I get motivated? What the fuck, bro? I just showed you I'm motivated. My fucking strikers, my forwards couldn't finish.
that's true.
How is that?
But
How is that on?
That is
How,
true. Cause I mean, I get that. Cause
like,
listen, one goal, it's just one goal. One goal. And we have opportunities to get that goal back.
yeah, we got
Get
PK.
that goal back. Like where's the support for the defense from your offense? Right, to get at least one goal back. At least one fucking goal. We can't even do that.
Yeah, that's all
and
it
it's
took.
not
Too.
like they stopped playing even like after they missed the penalty. It was like, oh, we didn't have any more chances. There was more chances after the pen. So it's not like the players were like, fuck, we're not like, damn, they gave
No,
up
you're
on
right.
this shit. It was to me, it was one of those games where like the ball wasn't gonna go, especially after the PK. But
But
even
see,
then,
like,
the players did not show that it affected them. They kept trying to go at it, and they did,
but
and they had chances, and they couldn't fucking score.
you're right in all that, right? But it's been way too many games where the ball just wasn't gonna. To say that it's dumb luck.
Coming from you, we're like, oh, they just wasn't a day. It just wasn't a day. Ball didn't go in. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, right? So I'm still banking on top four, right?
Ah,
Jeez.
shit. Hey, double down on that.
Mathematically, it's there. What I'm concerned with
Mathematically,
is
yeah, that's my thing too.
yeah. But again, like you keep saying that, and I keep telling you, like, but we could be in fourth, right? So we could every single time we could do this
I
dance.
mean,
I'm cool with
I
that.
already got the
What-
tattoo
what-
because our team is trash. So see,
what
I
I'm
got a trash tattoo for a trash team.
oh yeah, nice side
Yeah.
work. Yeah, where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah. So what I'm more concerned of is that this aspect of it, right? Because again, against Dallas, that should have been a dub, right? Like the L versus Colorado Rapids, I don't think we had anything to do with that. The L versus San Jose, come on. Like most of these L's, I think would have been in there, but we haven't, and we didn't against Dallas, and that's what's most concerning me because again, this one wasn't on Vanny, right? Like we could check some of these up against to Vanny because the players that he put out or whatever, but this wasn't Vanny, and we couldn't get it done. Getting a PK, we can't get it done. We are scared of scoring. There's something going on there because like we should have scored at least the PK, right? The ball wasn't gonna go in, cool, but how many times could we get a game like that? The ball doesn't go in. It's
That at the beginning of the season, the ball's just not going in. The ball's just not going in. That mindset has to change. The ball needs to start going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, so just like you did the defensive end, then time to switch up to the top end.
That's exactly why I was arguing to your point where, oh, they're messing up. They're messing up. Then Vanny's doing it all wrong. If the first person that needed to be sit down was Raheem Edwards because of a lack of player or something's happening, that adds to my reason of why Vanny should be out. Because Raheem Edwards, personally, me, is the 7th or 8th player that needs to be disciplined for lack of play.
yep.
Yeah. I don't.
Again,
Yeah.
that's why I don't
I've
believe that.
said this plenty of times that there's the person that should be getting benched is Chicharito, and I know George said he's not the starter. That's fine, but there's nothing that he's doing right now as of late. Whereas Grand Sir, sorry, Jovelic is.
You're the
I
love.
wish,
You're the
right?
love.
Yeah, I
You're
wish.
the love.
Sorry, I wish my heart would be like, but no, Jovelic. So listen, Jovelic is at last few minutes he proved it again. And against against
Atlanta.
was it Atlanta? You just got to keep him in there, right? He needs the chance. He almost had another one in the at the end of the here at the end of the of this last game where he also hits it, kind of just lobs over the defender. He kind of misreads it, kind of lands him. He hits it first time. He tries to go back post again, just doesn't strike it well. And goalie obviously is in a good spot to save it. Those opportunities, he's at least hitting the ball to the right spots. He
Yo,
should be that should be it.
we
That should be it.
could even put the bar lower, right? He's the more composed striker that we have.
Yeah.
Inside the
And
box.
George says he can't take people one-on-one, blah, blah. But neither can fucking Chicharito.
But
Right? And that's been my whole fucking point. We
When-
brought Chicharito to be a finisher. So now we have an actual finisher in Jovelic. So what?
we didn't bring Chicharito to take people one on one. And we could have listen. This
Right, we did.
to
That's
score
exactly what I'm
goals.
saying.
To score goals. That's what we need from him.
Yes, to score goals, to create. But then when Chicharito's not there and not present, our number one excuse is, well, he wasn't getting any service. He wasn't getting any service.
Listen, it has been the case. It has
But
been
he
the
had
case.
service this game though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying, there's been times where Jovelic, if you want to prove to me that he is a starter, there's been times that you need to be ice cold. You're one-on-one with a goalie in a big game. You're one-on-one goalie away. You're one-on-one with a goalie and you miss easy goals. There's been games where he's missed goals in front of the goal just as spectacular as he's done some goals. There's two at the top of my head, two different LAFC games. He gets crossed in, the ball's in, he's right in front of the goal, he flies it over. It's just a tap in. Another LAFC game, one-on-one with the goalie, you make those. You have to make those. This penalty, you have to make those. I'm not giving him shit because he's pulled us out of situations where that's what's making him great right now. I don't think that he's a starter because I don't want to happen. He's still a young player to where it could affect him mentally if he starts starting and not producing.
But right now,
Mm.
though, right now he should be the starter though.
100%. There's he, but I'm betting on a veteran
Yes.
DP.
No, but
That's what I'm
listen,
betting.
I gotta go against you here, right? Because 7
That's
goals,
fine.
7
Yeah.
goes to 9 Jovelic with a quarter of the minutes, you gotta write the hot hand. You gotta write
100.
the hot.
My
You know what I mean?
my
And,
thing is for the future, because what are you doing to this young player if he doesn't start producing?
but look who you're surrounding him
Yeah,
with.
I don't know if he
Look
has
who
it. I think he's not weak like the rest of the team is. I think
We must
he's
have had
fine.
like a
My opinion.
2-week
look,
conversation where I told him that he was
and,
meant.
and look who you're surrounding him with, right?
Who?
Our, our team our team is not full of veterans in those guys, right? Look, Bond is what, 26, 27? No, he's 29, right? He's 29. Araujo, Gasper, Edwards, how old is Koulibaly? 26, 27?
Something
Right?
like that.
Around there.
I get
Um
I get what you're saying.
Mark
Yeah,
Reveloson,
I get
Cabral,
what you're saying.
Granzier, like all these kids. Well, I'm
Although
gonna say kids
sometimes I
because
have questions about Velo, so
I
now I
just
want to see
don't
his
want
birth
to be
certificate, bro.
asked out. I just don't want to be asked out of a sure thing that's happening. To say Jovelic coming off the bench is a sure thing is an amazing thing to say to a player. Now, if we start starting him and he doesn't produce and he starts going back to riding the bench and now he doesn't produce because we fucked with his ego and we fucked with his thing, I don't want that. Listen, I'm all for starting him, but I do not. I see the upside and downside, the gamble in
no,
it.
Well, that's you making
I
the
ask,
assumption that he's as
ask,
weak-minded as the
yeah,
rest of the team.
I could make that
ask,
assumption.
Yeah.
Especially with
ask, ask Jovelic if he bets on himself. I guarantee the
I
man's
would
gonna bet himself 100 times over. You know what I mean? Put everything
how
on
many
black.
times? How many times does a coach have to save a player from himself? How
Listen,
many times do? Plenty
no,
of
no, no.
times.
But you also gotta give him his. You gotta give him his due, and his due is starting games based on his form.
My argument is getting dumber and dumber as the season goes on, because he's producing. He produces very well. It's just I would hate for that to happen.
I get what you're
There's no
saying,
argument.
but see,
There's
but
no
that's also a gamble in itself, right? And that's what I'm
there's
saying.
no
Like
argument for him
we're
not.
gambling right now with Cheech.
But
Who
I'd rather gamble on a player that's going to be out the door in a year.
Nah,
I'm
nah,
the
nah, nah,
opposite.
nah,
I rather
nah.
that gives me more reason to say, why do I need you
If I got
next
assets
year?
though, if I have assets who are gonna work for me right now, how am I not gonna put them to work?
Yeah, listen, my argument is getting less and less, more and more dumb as it goes on.
All
100.
right, cool.
But how are you
So
going to bench that player?
Can't relate.
I
Can't
got you.
relate.
All right, cool. All right,
Can't relate
let's
at
Well,
all.
let's move on
why not
because
just
we got a
start?
bunch of interactions.
Let's start
So
Do
That's
we?
it.
All right. So let's do that.
yeah,
Let's move on to that. Listen,
final
man.
thoughts.
Here's my final thoughts. It's the victory, a 2-0 victory with a lineup that I don't think should have been 2-0, should have been 1-0. And it's a 1-0 defeat that probably shouldn't have been a 1-0 defeat. It should have been a minimum a 1-1 draw.
Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah.
Yep.
With all that being said, we're going
Here we
into
go.
this break right now, being outside of playoffs. Right? There's work to do. But I'm also like, yeah, you guys not see it. I'm also like, for the first time. No, not first time. I'm also at this point in the season like excited to see how we end up with this, right? Because that base that's right there with Brugman in that midfield, I think solves a lot of the issues that we
And then
had
Puig on the
in that
attack.
slump.
Oh, that's crazy, huh?
Listen, it solves a lot. It solves the issues, the 3-0 issues, right? And it gives a fighting chance, and I like
They're,
that. So we'll see.
they weren't really 3-0. They were like 4-3, 3-2. You know.
But they're 3-0
When we
before
were
they're
scoring.
3-0s, and then they became 3-2, right? But they're 3-0s like Houston, Dallas,
They've been
Minnesota.
4-3, 3-2s. As far back as I can remember now, the last 5 years.
Houston, Dallas, Minnesota, and San Jose were 3-0 before we had like some kind of kickstart, right? And I think the midfield fixes that a lot. Can we get some scoring? We'll see. I'm looking forward to the last season. Top 4, here we come.
God damn, bro.
Top
Como.
4, here we come. Watch.
Is it
Watch,
set
watch.
where the tattoo's going to be at?
My butt cheek, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, good man, the butt cheek.
I like it. That's so dope. Can I pick the flavor?
No.
Or is it going to be black and
He
white?
said he's gonna do red.
Yeah, I don't do color.
On the butt
So
cheek,
it's
I
gonna-
want you to see it.
So I'm not spending color on the butt cheek. No, I'm not getting color. Black and white. Black and white.
I'll pay whatever the color is.
No, I'm doing black and gray. That's what you're getting.
All right, cool.
But wrap up.
Manifested,
We're going
baby.
to questions. Wrap up on Atlanta FC Dallas.
I'm glad it's over, but I'm not glad the season's not over yet. I just want the season to be over with already.
Going deep into October, baby. Let's go.
Mm,
The Dodgers.
fuck, dude. I don't even know what to tell you right now. I don't know what.
Oh, we're going into questions wrapping up, right? There's no looking forward. That's it.
Yeah, just wrapping up. I
We don't have a game until
Saturday the 6th.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow and
I mean
Saturday.
Wednesday.
That's kind of what
Wednesday.
I
I'm not
wanted
talking
to
about
say.
that.
We have a stupid ass friendly coming up that don't mean shit. I hope Vandy plays. Everybody that wanted to see Preston Judd G2, go watch this game. I hope that's where Vandy starts playing it because
I
we have
hope
a
so.
game.
I want to see Dunbar play.
I have a
I
game.
want to go see Johnny
I have
Perez
a game
play.
on I have a game on August 6th that means way more to me than a game tomorrow at 5:30 or on Wednesday at 5:30. Bring all the G2 players. I don't give a fuck what the MLS does to you.
Yeah. No, this is an exhibition game. Yeah.
But I'm still sure the MLS has some say in this that want to exhibition the MLS. You get me? Especially the whole story you can have with Chicharito playing Guadalajara. You get me? There's a lot there.
Dog,
I care
you
less.
fucking how much money you spend on Klein the last 5 years? Take the hit. Get the fine. Let's go. All
That's
right, can we move into questions? Let's move to questions.
All right, fine. Go, George. Any on Discord?
No.
All right, let's go through Instagram right quick. Jazz LA underscore CLT. Oh, my cousin Jasmine. S at SFTS. Imagine getting a tattoo of your team's logo only to have it changed on you during the same week. So
I asked about this, so I'm sure there's a backstory. She got a tattoo.
no, I got the tattoo. There you go.
Let me see it.
That's the joke. I got a crappy tattoo for a crappy team.
Sick ass shit.
Who drew it?
We did one of those like those cheap ones, those like $50 ones at in Vegas. Cause Lisa's mom wanted to do one for her birthday. Like, I said, fine, I'll join you, whatever. And I paid for. I'm like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I'm like, all right, I want. Started. All right, so true story. I had an idea what I wanted. I'm like, all right. While she was looking at her thing, I just looked at the books that were already open. Tell me why. Out of all the fucking books that are there, of the 4 books that are there, one of them, the only one that has sports teams open, has a galaxy. Like it's right there. I'm like, oh, it's meant to be. Yeah, there was like some Arsenal was there too, but I'm like, I mean, come on, Arsenal for real? Like they're actually gonna be
You're not
good.
from
I don't
London?
need that. Well, they're actually gonna be good. I don't need that in my life. You know,
Hell yeah! It sounds like the beginning of the Galaxy season. Baby.
yeah, no, I have real reasons to be hopeful there. But no, there was a few teams like Barcelona, Bayern, like there was a few, but out of like it's all these world teams and fucking Galaxy's the only fucking team. Like not even some Mexican leagues, fucking Galaxy with all these fucking like how, why?
Do you have a question about season tickets there?
There's a lot. So
Okay,
let's
all right.
start. So
So to add to that, to answer your question, it's not a rebrand from what I'm hearing. It's a ticketing campaign for season ticket renewal. Now ask the
okay.
question about season tickets that we have next.
All right, cool. All right. So basically, so I asked on Twitter, like, what should we talk about? At Jasmine Trujillo, my birthday. Shout out for your birthday.
Shout out to Dios.
Yep,
Dios, let's
Aaron
go.
at DJ Dog. Oh, DJ Ayadog. All right, cool. You already know
Hey,
Puig
dog.
and how he will fit in with the Galaxy, and if he makes our midfield better or the same. We didn't really talk about that though.
Yes, we do.
Where he fits in?
We parts him in.
What do we think he's gonna make the team better?
If
I
he
think
if
so.
he continues to, if he brings the tempo that he does, I think it's exactly what the Galaxy need to be a little bit more dangerous, especially, and it opens up more. If we think Cabral running aimlessly opens up for other players, Puig with the ball at his hand does the same.
Oh, like I'm telling you, this kid, like we see him up high, cool, but when we see him in lower block, when he's around that midfield and he gets the ball there, that's where you want to see him because that kid has vision, dog. Like opening up the field when we're talking about being direct, that's what that kid gives us because he could drop a 25, 30-yard bomb into somebody's feet or into the space.
And
that's what I want to see.
That's
shout out
wild.
to Tony when it comes to Puig. Shout out to Tony. Him and I have good conversations about this. And at first, I told him it was a bad idea, but seeing it more, fuck it, we're here already.
It's
You said
crazy
that's
you
wild.
said that, Rudy,
know.
because I
Uh-huh.
feel the opposite. I feel like he holds on to the ball a little too long for the way we've been playing
Well, see, so
lately.
you
But
But
remember?
isn't that
but
okay though if he's
but
playing further up?
but he does know what to do with it though. So I'm not necessarily mad. Well, I'm not mad at it. I like I would love the signing, but I'm saying like he holds on to it a little more. But he's not the type of player that loses it when he holds it. Like when Vasquez holds it a little too long,
That's
motherfucker
what I
don't
was
got
gonna get to.
legs
Yep.
to fucking do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the opposite here. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a good thing. but
I
that's
like that.
what I dislike about it.
But see,
It's a
like
Barca style. I don't like it. Simple as that. So I'm biased. I'm biased.
the thing about that, like, and that's what I'll leave it here is, as long as he has people running for him, making those runs for him, like he can hold on to a ball for a little longer than we used to, right? Because he could find that dime. The biggest problem with Vasquez right before his injury was that nobody was making a run for him, so he would just end up with the ball, and then the pressure comes, and then he'll lose. Right. So as
Masa,
long as he has somebody running,
to your quote, fuck the style as long as we win. He could
Yeah.
have the ball where he holds the ball for 89 minutes and he passes the ball in the 90th minute and we score. As long as we win, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Fernando at Fernand57994092. The pop up and it was better than the game. Did you guys go? Anyone get to the pop up?
I will go
I
fucking man late.
didn't.
Yeah, I was
didn't go.
not here obviously. But yeah, it probably was better than the game. At Yaz7min, so Yaz7min. Puig is not the solution. New logo is a failure. #line out. But then Oscar Arellano says, Oscar _ says Puig as the answer. Yeah, Puig as the answer to our number 10 problems. So mixed feelings.
Yeah,
It is
Yeah. I
mixed
mean,
feelings.
like, we
Go ahead.
we talked about that we needed a cam, and he's a cam. You bring him for that. Like, how can you be? I can't complain, dog. 22-year-old cam.
You know what? My
I don't
feeling
think
is
he's a.
this signing at the beginning of the year would be amazing, and Douglas Costa coming in now would be even better. If we would have flipped those two signings, can you imagine that?
I'd be like,
But
okay,
then-
I get it.
Exactly, right?
I think here's what I say, right? I don't think I like Puig a lot. I don't think he's an out and out cam. He's a
Yeah,
Barca
but I
midfielder.
mean, he's
You know what
more.
I mean?
He's more
He's just
offensively
smarter.
inclined.
He's just
No, he's
smarter and
more
also offense, but
offensively inclined because he his defensive work rate's not really there.
We don't
If-
need it from him though.
But he
Yeah, that's what I'm
hustles
saying.
enough.
Like
He
that's
hustles
what I'm
enough.
saying. Like he's more offensive. He's more closer to being a cam or offensive center midfielder than
Yeah.
he is a CM for sure.
he's a playmaker, dog. Cam is a little generous, I think.
All right, so at Ziki _ eat my dust. Tropical punch was always good. Rudy?
I can't do red.
Mhm.
I can't do red.
He's
Does that he know? He said tropical punch was always good. And then there's a couple about the tickets. So Michael Ramirez at Michael Ram 95 about the people not renewing their season tickets! ! And then Rob Namor at RE _specialist _ the mass exodus of season ticket members. That's just Twitter, so we'll hold off on that until let's see what we got here. Riqui Puig on Instagram from Andre Rivera for show, and then let's see what questions. Comments. Oh damn, everyone was really fucking hot. All right, Antuna the Great, Riqui Puig, and then side eyes. We talked about that already. _ Emmanuel H. What will Puig bring to the midfield? I think we just talked about it against some more right now. Logan Jones 01. It's great to see people are actually opting out of their season tickets online. Finally, we got a real cam, Logan Jones. Logan Jones again. Did we get a sneak peek of a rebrand today? I don't know, George. Can you readdress that? So it's not a rebrand, just
It's not
a campaign of a branding for the tickets
It's
for
kind of
next
like
season.
they do with the G. It's kind of like they do with the Ese Vato Loco
So
script.
you
that
could call it
everybody
a
does
theme
this
for the season.
Okay.
It's a theme for
All right.
It's branding. That's all it is. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a logo.
Guardado 91. Riqui.
Wrong, Ricky, dog.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
That one. Sharky 14.
Maleante.
Sharky 14. What will you do if client signs another extension? Ooh. Rudy, a ver, because I saw the eye roll there.
I'll still be a G fan. I won't be a season ticket holder. You know, that's
Yeah.
Hey, straight up for me, I'm sorry, George. If that shit happens, I'm not even going to the stadium, though.
All right, hold
At
off on
all.
that. Let's save off on that because I think we all have our opinions about that. The Jet 323. Do you want to see this team go to the playoffs?
Yes,
I don't.
I do. Fuck that.
It seems better than when.
all you gotta do is get to the dance,
It's
baby.
so hard. It's so hard because it's been
So you rather
proven the fact
not?
that all we needed to do is to get to the dance, and we won an MLS Cup off of getting to the dance.
We
But
have
we,
before.
but
Yeah,
the
that's what he just said.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm on your side, Dan. Shut
Yeah,
the fuck up. Give me a
bitch.
second.
Let him finish, motherfucker. He's agreeing with you.
Sorry, dog. That stupid ass Klein comment got me hot.
But I think there was brightness at the end of the tunnel with that. Did anyone expect an MLS Cup? Absolutely not. If you stand here and tell me that you expected
I
an
mean,
MLS Cup off of that season, then
we
you're lying.
we had to fucking play Houston. That's the only way we can even host a final at home.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
what?
the stars align, and
Yeah.
sadly, the way that things are looking right now, stars aren't aligning for us. They're not going to align until we have to start making our own luck. Do we make playoffs? Yes. I'm never going to say I don't want us to make playoffs, but we're not hosting playoffs, so we're not going to see playoffs in
Yeah,
LA for a
yeah,
very
it's not like
long
you get to watch your team with all the travel
yeah, for a long
situation.
time.
So there
And
you go.
Listen,
it's
man.
going to be a first round exit. I've always said it. The last 3 years, this is a first round exit team or a not play playoffs team. And the last 3 years, the last couple years, I've been correct because I
Listen,
still
man.
don't see something.
Listen. Whatever it is, right? Whether it's you getting that 4 or me getting that Kool-Aid, man. There's 12 games left. We'll have an answer in the next 7 games, or where we'll be
I
at.
think less. I think less.
Could
I
be.
think I think I
Yeah,
think
could be.
I think third through fifth starts defining itself a little bit more, and these standings are going to start opening up a little bit more because for the last couple for the last every third through 10th have been this close. Little by little, it's starting to expand out. So I think within the next 4 or 5 games, we know.
Yeah. Regardless, right? Like this is not this is no longer a like what if like it's coming down. There's 12 games, right? Like that's not even a game a week, right? So it's less than 3 months. Like we're gonna figure out where this team's at in the next few weeks. But we'll see. Like I doing speculation right now is
Damn.
it's ridiculous at this point because like this team is a Met team. It's an average ass team because they again 9, 10, and 3, right? A little worse than average, right? Because of that L. So we'll see what they can do.
Yep.
As in eight games, right? 8 games. We've seen teams fucking tank a season in 8 games, and you've seen teams make a whole season in 8 games. Where the guy is gonna be at, probably 4-4. But we'll see. we'll see. We'll see where we're at.
Damn. LA Galaxy outsider.
5-3, just so he could be average.
All right, LA Galaxy outsider. How you pronounce this motherfucker's name? Puig or Puig?
Just call it for Riqui.
Riqui, 100%. And whenever you see a Puig, shout out to Yasiel Puig. There's no other
Puig.
way that you could ever say it here in LA.
So it's
Yep.
Puig.
I heard it was the
There's the answer.
opposite.
Doesn't
Puig?
matter.
Yeah, it's push.
No, it's
In
Puig.
LA, it's Puig.
He's in. Yep.
The Crenshaw
And I'm
Mall is
not-
always Crenshaw Mall. Shit don't change in LA. All right.
How about
It's Puig.
Puig? There you go.
Puig.
Just Puig. There you go. Just,
Come on, get through
just
this.
immerse that shit. B_Lobos. Hey, Brian. Riqui Puig to the G's, baby. Love you.
Overrated.
Mm-hmm. And then the life of Edgar. Riqui couldn't even play on his own team. What makes us think he'll solve our problems?
Fucking hating. He's not even our player yet, and we already in full hate on the guy on the
Oh man, he said Riqui
it.
couldn't even play on his own team. What makes us think he'll solve our problems?
I love it.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? It's kind of.
I mean,
I'll continue to reserve
Kinda
my
about one situation. Man couldn't get any minutes at Boca, bro.
basketball. Boca's done, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, Boca and there's levels to
hey,
Boca.
but Barca is
Barca,
too,
baby.
dog, with their broke ass.
They ain't broke no more.
Just saying. Bet.
All right, LA, let's
Mm.
get that. Come on.
All right. So what's up then with that question?
Season tickets?
Oh, see,
Yeah, yeah.
Mine is gonna be
Well-
short and sweet. I like
All
the
right,
fact
man.
that they're voicing their opinion and they're doing it on a level like this. One, it's hurting their pocket because I guarantee you, I haven't been a season ticket member for 2 years now, but correct me if I'm wrong. The payments start almost immediately right during after the season ends, correct? Or almost
No, it starts next
Before
month.
they start next month. Yeah.
yeah, before. So don't you think they already have projected revenue based off of these? So in a
Fourth
meeting,
quarter.
someone's gonna get yelled at, someone's gonna need answers, and then sooner or later, these discussions are gonna be had. So I applaud whoever did it. this is the one way that you guys could get them. Does that mean you don't have to go to games? No, it means you could buy individual, buy off of a ACB, buy off your
SGs.
supporters group. That helps
Yep.
them out 1,000% more.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you have to stop going to the games, but this is going to start sparking conversations within the FOs, which is what we need. So good job for you guys.
Or you could buy one of those packages that they always do that's cheaper than having season
Get the
tickets.
promos. Fuck yeah. Enjoy
Yeah.
all the promos. That's what I'm doing next
This
year.
is expected revenue that they expect to have within the next month or two,
Well,
and you have hurt them a lot.
Listen, so I'm on board with George. I canceled my season tickets today in the morning.
I did too.
First, I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, it's the first. I looked for my email and I clicked on the link to fucking to opt out, and I'm done. I'm done, right? And it's what George said. Like, it's not only revenue, it's the goals they have set out, right? Like they'll have a fourth quarter meeting where this is gonna get brought up, and when they can't match last year's, or the year before that, or the year before that, or the year before that, like it'll make them come to the table. It'll make them come to the table and revisit whatever this may be. All right. I'm fucking all kinds of velas so it could be flying out. But something has to come about it. And now and again, like listen, I can't even fathom a number of people who are opting out, right? Because few people online being loud does not constitute like everybody feeling that way. But I'm hoping that like everybody who has expressed like their intention to opt out this year really do opt out, even if it is only for a season, or even if it's only throughout the the off season, and then you sign up right before the season when they change that for whatever it may be. I really hope we do, because I think this is the only way they get AAG's attention, right? Not the Galaxy attention. Galaxy, they know we're not happy, right? But that's Chris Klein, and the buck stops with him. So we want to get AAG, right? Who Klein reports to, who the front office reports to, who sets their goals, who they have to meet with when they don't reach their goals. That's whose attention you're getting right now, and I think that's the move, right? You want to talk to AG, you want to get some changes, want AG to be more involved, make some changes. We'll hit them in the pocketbooks. Make sure that their quarterly calls are being talked to, because they don't have they're not going to meet the expected goals for this big move. And I hope I hope it's just not noise. I hope there's actual follow through on this and people are opting out.
As a company, how stupid are you to give the option to opt out just off of a click of a button, knowing how time's hard? That's how brain dead I feel the people out there are. Let's have a
Las Copas.
conversation.
That's why I
Talk to
don't-
a representative. Talk to a representative. How hard is it for when you cancel subscription? They even switch the color of the button that you need to click to say, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" I didn't do it personally now, but if I were the Galaxy and I knew that this was a possibility, have that chat with a representative. Sure, you're gonna have your representatives getting 800 calls, and you have to filter through those individually. But
Nah,
I don't understand it.
that's a slippery slope, because that's a lot of legal behind it. Because if you make them go through loops to cancel off something like that, there
No,
could
it's
be
not a loop.
repercussions.
You got to talk to your representative.
Yeah, again,
Cancel my shit.
I think you have to have if you offer them online, you have to have an online exit as well.
Maybe.
Again,
I'm just saying.
regardless, like just again, if your thought is, hey, I want to opt out because I'm not happy with the front office, I'm not happy with the way they're managing the club, opt the fuck out, because it will that will make some noise, that will catch the people's attention that you want to catch. If you're not, then don't. You know what I mean? Like this conversation is not for you. Use that.
Yeah, but you want Chris Klein in if you don't. I'm just saying. All right, boys.
Myself.
All right, that was it.
You have thoughts on this?
Nah, I
Want to share
mean,
my thoughts?
just what you shared, what George shared, and I opted out today.
Fuck
I'm
you for
over
trying to
this shit.
convince me to get some.
You know what? I was trying to convince him to get some, because I remember the day that
You sold me too.
that I got him.
Yeah.
I was so happy, right? And the rep asked me, "Oh, well, what brings you back?" I was like, "Oh, because we traded Sebastian and Jet." That was legit my fucking answer when I got season tickets.
The
Jokes
FOMO
on
of
me.
you getting season tickets.
Jokes on me,
Then
Doug.
I was like, yo, Masa doesn't know shit about soccer. Why am I believing this motherfucker right now? Look around now, baby.
I mean,
Hey,
it's different reason, though.
eh,
I don't
eh,
mind
eh,
paying this shit. I can't with Klein, dog. It's not
Can,
even
can,
about
can I pick
the players or nothing.
can I pick up a question from the chat real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Edgar Hernandez says our season ticket situation is the same as Arsenal in seasons past. Even if we don't renew our tickets, others will just buy them throughout the season. It really doesn't hurt the organization's pockets. It's not about hurting the pockets. It's AEG. hard to hurt their pockets. They have mad money. It's making that statement and getting attention to AEG to put more attention into the Galaxy, to pay more attention to what's going on.
And
Right?
to add to this comment from Edgar, bro, you really think motherfuckers are lining up to buy season tickets from us? Hell no, bro.
That's the difference between Arsenal and Galaxy. There's a
Yeah,
waiting list.
yeah.
Let's
There's
be
a
right
waiting
there,
list on
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
But
Even
put
even
it,
if they're fucking trash, bro, there's still a
Yeah, I've
waiting
been
list.
waiting for a few
Chill,
years.
chill, 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 chill,
I've been waiting for
chill,
this.
dog, chill, right? Chill.
Hey,
Don't need to get
but
offensive here, dog.
yeah, like
Ain't nobody
listen,
fucking making line to get. Fool, you could call right now before anyone opted out and ask for
You
season
have
tickets,
10 reps call you.
and you can get season tickets. That's the
yeah.
difference. Ain't no
And
one here.
Edgar, to add to that, don't you think on these quarterly calls or on these calls when these happen, they don't have the year to date to what they did the year before the year now?
Yep.
The numbers are there. If you want to talk
Yeah,
to
I
these
mean
people, where
that's
yeah,
what business is.
yeah,
Business
you
is
want
all
to talk to these
numbers.
people, they're gonna be like, why are we down 30% from what we had last year? What is the problem now? And then that's when you start having these discussions. Well, imagine someone at AEG said, can we hear a little bit of the emails that why were people canceling?
I
Mhm.
They're
on
gonna
my
be like,
shit when they ask me, I put client out. That's it.
exactly,
Boom.
exactly. So
Send.
I
now
said,
you now we got in our words to at least somebody there through a call that meant all financial. It was all financial. We're not there to hurt people's pockets, but it's why did this happen?
yo,
Let us change.
and you bugging if you think I'm like. There was a question if CK is still here, which is what you're gonna do then. I'm gonna keep voicing my my feelings towards Klein. I'm gonna keep talking my shit. But man, I'm a fucking G fan. So I'm what I mean, like I'm not trying to hurt the pockets. I'm not trying to get AEG to back out of the Galaxy. I'm trying to get their awareness and see
Kind
how
of do.
fucked up it is right
So
now.
somebody else can come by us that actually wants to care about the
And
Galaxy.
then
You see,
and then move
if if
fucking
Chris Klein stays, then we know what that outcome is for our team. Where team's not going to be good, so we're progressively going to see let's fill in the stadiums.
DC United.
There's a trickle down effect to this. Sadly, we never want to see this for our club. But if Chris Klein stays, this is something this has been years in the making. But I think
oh
we
it,
fans finally reached it. It's been years in the making. So things happen after this if we don't see any changes or we don't come out and see. Chris Klein came out and talked and said, "Hey, I should be the first one." Rightfully so, but
Quit,
yeah,
motherfucker. God
man,
damn.
and again,
Embarrassing.
listen. Chris Klein, the buck stopped with him, but it's ticketing. It's fan engagement. It's fucking, it's facilities. It's like look around the club, right? And more so than just like the bad football being played in the field for the last 6 years, 5 years. It's also the decay in the clubs in this club connection with us, with the fans, right? And yes, for the most part, I speak about SGs because that's where I sit at, that's where I stand at. But the connection between just the regular fans. I mean, I saw a comment. You guys remember how the meet and greets used to be for season ticket members?
amazing. Oktoberfest?
Remember Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest,
Yes.
or like it might have been before your time, but they had like they used to have it at the stadium, and they'll set up little canopies, and you could just walk around and shoot the shit.
Dog,
Like
even
the
when we still had
relationship,
Joao Pedro, we did that event at Nova and we got to
yeah,
like hang out with alumni and the players.
Yeah, I was sick.
Like that shit
and,
was tight. They
and I
actually
get
made me
it.
believe that we were gonna be good with a Rolf Peltier.
That's what must have fell in love. But it's changed. And again, one thing we have is our support as season ticket holders. Like take that back, right? I'm gonna go to games. Probably gonna go to more games because I'm gonna get promotions and shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get 3 games, 75 beers for $15. So I'm gonna go to 3 games and drink 75 beers. That's how
I'm
I'm
the
gonna
I'm the opposite. If he signs, bro, I love the G's. I'll watch from a distance. I ain't stepping in the fucking
That's
stadium.
fine. That's everyone has
Yeah.
their own perspective. Listen, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah.
Me, I
I
find it hard right now to. I had to dish out because I don't have season tickets. I have to dish out, buddy, for three people a pass. I'm every visit. I'm talking 100 plus bucks.
yep.
Doable, yes. But when I see the team and everything has happened, I'm sorry, I'm not the most excited to be like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's go here for the game. Am I not gonna watch them? No. Should I hit up Rudy the game before this one? I was like, let's go watch it at Laces instead of going to instead of going to the stadium. That
But I
sounded
like
much
hitting with the
more
homies too, though, so I ain't gonna lie. A big part
yeah,
of it
but
is
that's
kicking with the
way
homies.
more
It's like,
attractive than going to the stadium and possibly being pissed off and be like, damn, why did I do this? And I never want to have that feeling about going to a Galaxy game because it, it's not a right. We have the honor of doing that. You get me? And I never want to make it feel like I have to go there.
I never have to go. I go because I want. All right. 11:20. Get the fuck out of here. Angel, you got any closing remarks? Because you seem like you're touching your head. Something you're thinking. Are you thinking?
Yeah, I have a lot in my mind. My thing is, I know you guys are talking about finances and shit like that. I really, from the way that I recall from when I used to sit in season ticket meetings and all that stuff with the front office, I generally this is how I remember our meetings, and I don't know how much has changed. And also maybe because it was so long ago, I don't ever recall season tickets being a big thing for them. Right? They made more of their money on the after the fact. So that's why I've been on this whole like I don't necessarily care about the season tickets. Cool, we want to opt out. That's great. I think it's more impactful in other things that I've said, right? If you want to show client out that you don't want to support, what's going on in the front office. There's other things. Listen, of course, like Rudy said, it's up to you. Like, if you want to do it, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Feel free to do so. In terms of me, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna cancel it. I mean, maybe. I think I'm on you guys both. That's probably the next avenue, or maybe just reduce from going to a full plan. Maybe it's a mini plan. Because obviously, I still like going with the boys. It's obviously something I enjoy with my kids, right? It's not necessarily because the fucking team is trash. It's more so the experiences with my family, right? But again, when it comes to we're hurting them in the pockets, the way I remember it from sitting in meetings, Galaxy doesn't have a lot of season ticket members in general as it is, right? So I don't recall that actually being a big factor for them. If I recall, I think again, this is just from back then, right? I think tops we were 6,000, 7,000 season ticket members, spread out throughout the stadium at a time when we were decent, right? So I don't know where that number is now, and I don't know how much that's really affecting them, right? I think my opinion, they care more about the actual jersey sales, the sales of anything that happens inside the stadium because that costs more money than a fucking ticket, right? And it's probably cheaper to make anyways, right? The cost of beer, everything that happens inside the stadium, like, all that stuff. That's how I remember it, right? That's where they made more of their money. Now I could be wrong, or things might be different. Again, it's been a while ago. That's why I'm not making this big fuss as a lot of people are about, opting in to a season ticket. It's all it's saying, hey, do you just want to continue your payment for next season? That's pretty much it. At the end, you can opt out and buy your tickets next season. At the beginning of the season, paid all up front. There's other options. So again, that's all I'm getting at. It's just I have my opinions about how we can probably be better about voicing our stress.
Our jersey sales, if you have Chicharito, they're gonna sell. To Galaxy fans or non-Galaxy fans, they're gonna sell, right? Like they bring in marquee players and they're gonna sell. What season ticket if there is a big exit on season tickets, it shows the fans who are committed season long stepping away, and that's a metric. That's a tangible metric, right? And that's why I think it's impactful because it's not. You're right. Like I think we have 9K season tickets, right? And it is a thing for them because they want to secure those. But you're right. It's not like. It's not a make or break LA Galaxy based on season ticket holders. It is though an indication of the commitment of your fan base. Like, and again, if it's 150 people who opt out, it won't do much. But if there is a quantity that makes a difference in the metric, then that will. So we'll see. We'll see where's that. Regardless, though, like the public perception to go along with the metric of exiting season tickets, I think it makes a difference. More so than controlling everything else, right? Again, heavy topic. I think we could go on for hours just talking about this and the way we think and the way we could go about things. Regardless, though, like if you care about the club, make your voice heard one way or the other. Whether it's not renewing season tickets, whether it's not buying jerseys, whether it's not showing up to games, writing beautiful emails to the emails that you have, whatever it may be. Voice of concern, voice your frustration with this club, because I think it needs to be heard. With that being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm boy Rudy at I'm Smarts on Twitch, I'm Smarts on Twitter, I'm Smarts on the gram.
Follow me. What George said. Exactly the same shit that George said.
What George said.
Peace, love, and Jesus.